Right. I think, guys, we are live. So yeah, we're going to be doing a live UFO, UAP Skywatch tonight. They're coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. The camera, Touchwood, seems to be playing ball tonight, and the skies are lovely and clear. We're already seeing movement. We're already seeing some beautiful stars there. We've got Dan and Paul in already. How are you guys doing? Yeah, lots of movement, so let's keep our eyes out tonight for the strange and anomalous there. Lots of satellites and moving things are there. We need to see these objects do something strange, something a man-made satellite just can't do there, like stop dead, short of its speed, change its course, its trajectory, something like that. Should we zoom in on some of this activity? We've got some movement down here.
Zoom mode activated.
Right, there we go, look. So, let's keep our eyes on this one as I zoom back out, keep following it across the screen. Again, until it does something strange, we cannot say that it's anything other than a satellite. You've got one up the top there, one to the side here as well, another one there. The skies are absolutely alive. We find, how are you doing there? And A up, good to see you there. And thank you, yes, it is the likes and the shares, guys, that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And the more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together. But I think it's going to be a good one tonight. Wayfind there, coming in with the likes, thank you. I think it's going to be a good one. Not only have we got projected very, very clear skies, but I think, touchwood, I've beaten the camera into submission for now. So we'll have to see how that goes. Grim, how are you doing? And thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. Goes back into the stream there as well. That blue that we've got, that is still the sunlight. The sun hasn't fully set, so we're getting this cool blue color, but as the night moves on there, that is going to get darker and darker. We're going to see more stars, more movement, more activity there. So let's keep the spotting. So we've got two. We've got a slow moving object. Oh, another one's coming into the middle. Where's my mouse hiding? There it is. So look, we've got a really slow moving one here. We've got a faster one there and one up the top there. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in on this one.
Zoom mode activated.
Look, they're going to sort of converge. Almost. Look. Oh, it's coming for it. It's going to take it straight out. Place your bets. It's just made it. Does seem to be getting... Oh, look, we've got target acquired there on the lock. That's not a bad lock indeed there, is it? But look how slow that one is moving compared to that one. Again, speed isn't necessarily anything strange there. Different altitudes, different velocities. So we are looking, really, the slam dunk is that course trajectory there, or a change of speed. That is, for us, you know, pretty conclusive there. And UFO X-Files, how are you doing there? We beat the camera into submission. We definitely did. We've got all three chats going tonight. So guys, if you're just joining us, let us know where you were watching from tonight. But also say hello there. Let us know how you feel about the UFO phenomena. If you've had an experience, feel free to share that one whilst we're waiting for the action to happen on screen. But it is a very busy night, and we're going to need to be looking for all of that anomalous movement, all the movement there. Grim coming in with the shares there, and can't believe how light it is still there. Feeling a bit giddy with the full moon energy tonight there, A-up. Keep me awake most of the night there. There is something about it. I haven't fully started tracking that moon myself and how bad my night sleep are. But maybe there is a connection. Zen is in as well, and Galaxy in from the UK. I like to have that. So guys, if you are joining us, we're doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight there, coming to you from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So a very ancient and mysterious landscape. These skies have a history of the strange and anomalous. So what will we spot tonight there? I'm happy so far with the quality coming from the camera. So that means we are probably going to have a very good night's watching. So do join us for that. You're going to say hello, make sure you're following there. We do something like this, or subscribed wherever you are. We do something like this every night. Clear skies, it's this, the UFO Skywatch. Cloudy nights, we do an alien radio signal hunt there, and we search what's called the hydrogen line. That is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that's where they're most likely to leave a message, and it's where the infamous WOW signal was heard on, I should say, there. Look, we've got two tracked objects on the screen. There's a few more. Oh, look, that one, we're struggling with that one. It's quite faint there. There's one just coming off the edge here. Oh, that one's coming. That picked that one up straight away. So the idea of all these... Look, it's picked up the star. It lost it there. So the idea with this tracker is that we're going to have so many moving objects on the screen. There are so many man-made objects up there that as the summer draws in, we're going to be able to see more and more of them, as we are right now. And we're going to need help keeping an eye on them and seeing if that movement, if their behaviour is anomalous. Their satellites are falling to Earth in a big circle, so we see it as straight lines there. Any deviation from that, and we know we're dealing with something a little bit more interesting. So the tracker is going to help us to do that with multiple items on screen, but it's learning, and it hasn't had much opportunity to practice recently, so it's going to take a second, I think, a hot minute there. And Paul, how you doing? Good to see you in. Thank you for the gifts. Appreciate all that. All goes back into the stream there as well. And Grim, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
There, Paul is in there, and Ajax there. The sky is blue, and it's not raining. I know for once there. Can we keep this colour all the time? Sadly, as that sunlight goes around, it's going to get darker for us. But being as clear as it is, when that does get dark, we're going to start to see some of the colours of those distant stars, and that is going to look absolutely stunning there. And Agent X, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. There. How's your day been, Paul? It's been all right. We did an interview today, another radio interview about the stream. And about everything there. Only a local one. But hey, it breaks up the day. It's something. It's always surprises me. I think I'm going to be all right doing it since we do the lives, but I always get nervous, you know, not allowed to swear. Oh, we got one.
Zoom mode activated.
Now, think about the ones we have been observing. And now look at that one. Look at how blue... Ooh, oh, for fuck's sake. There you go, too much swearing. How blue it is. There we go. Very, very interesting there. Again, not in of itself necessarily anomalous, but it does make you go, hey, that's a bit different. I wonder what is going on there. Last night, we were thinking, oh, it wasn't going that well. But we got some very distinct colours, very reds and oranges, and very even bluer than that. So, could be quite interesting. We don't usually check this patch of sky, but we're fighting the bright moon, so we pointed it over here. So, we might see some things we don't normally otherwise see. How about you, Paul? How's your day been there? And Bags, how you doing there? Any news on Atlas? Not really. I did hear a rumour. Not a rumour. That's not the right word. I think Avi Loeb was speculating again, and some people love him, some people hate him. I think he's all right. I think he's coming at this from a different angle, which I appreciate there from within the scientific community. But he was theorising that maybe it is a big nuclear bomb. There was some sort of signature coming off of it. Old Atlas there. Maybe it's just like a free-floating nuclear bomb. Which, again, is pure speculation. But it did then immediately remind me, or make me think of, the fact that Mars is, covered in that type of radiation, the element that can only be forged in a high-speed nuclear reaction there. So you go, that was meant to be a large bomb. That if that was the case for Mars, maybe it's something like that. Maybe species put these big flying nukes around there that detect life and then maybe wipe it out. Maybe they're like the equivalent of those sea mines that you get, but for solar systems. And maybe because we were perfectly behind the sun as it approached closest to us, we kind of did a dance, didn't we, around it there. Maybe it didn't see us and we kind of got lucky on this path around there. Pure speculation though, but Rio is in. Kate there. There's no cloud here, and you've got new eyes, Kate. Make the most of it there. I bet you're going to start spotting loads of things. Congratulations on the new eyes there. And it's this, how are you doing? The camera's looking clear. I've had a fight with it. And I think, touch wood, I've won. So hopefully the camera will behave a little bit. We're going to see tonight. I don't want to speak too soon there. And Ben, thank you for the shares there, guys. It is the likes, the shares, the tapping away, all that sort of stuff there that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And the more eyes and minds on the phenomena, the more people sharing their experiences and their knowledge, the better there. The more we can all piece this puzzle together there. And GWAC, Agent X, and Grim coming in with gifts and feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
those, guys. It all goes back into the stream. And Paul, normal boring deliveries there, healthy food to customers, same crap, same a day. Sometimes though, as long as your day's just same and stable there, then we can use our evenings and weekends for something a little bit more interesting. I don't know. That's what I'm told. GWAC, good to see you. Thank you for the shares there. 2468. Who do we appreciate there? Alan. You want me to sing already there. And is this there? What's your thoughts on the video I sent to you? They're quite an odd thing. So yeah, from the video, it did look quite interesting. I mean, there wasn't massive anomalies initially, but the difference in light and brightness there, but yet they were the same speed from that video sent was very, very interesting. Right, let me quickly pop back over to the tubes. Let's see where we got to with you guys. I'm bouncing between two chats tonight, but do say hello. It might take me a minute to get there, but yeah, do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from. I got to Zen. Raf is in. Good to see you, Raf. The tracker is on. You'll be pleased to know that. And Living Light there. Wall plugs night today. I'll pronounce that wrong. Maybe we'll see some witches flying on the broomsticks. You know what? That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? So just the old traditional silhouette there, like a Disney movie, cackling as they go by. Although I have to live here, so maybe it wouldn't be particularly good for me. Zen there, proper flying with a black cat and everything in tow there. And just doing the old Tesco shop online there, so we'll be dropping in and out. No worries, app. That is the bane of Leanne's a week. That is doing that there. Tank there, the armchair traveller there, has a cloud splitting orb live on loop. Oh, I haven't seen that one. There, and Gribbage, how are you doing? Good to see you. Where are we tonight? We are across the board, but I think we're up to date in the chat. So guys, if you're just joining us, we are doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight. These are the skies live over Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of crop circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So help us spot the weird and wonderful, the strange and anomalous tonight. There, do say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're all watching from. There, yeah, let us know where you're all watching from. Say hello. Take me a minute to get around you, but we want to hear from you all, like the little world map of where everybody's joining us from tonight. Yeah, but we do this pretty much every night. So, clear skies, it's this, the UFO UAP Skywatch. Cloudy nights, we do an alien radio signal hunt, and we search the hydrogen line, the channel on the dial, where scientists theorise that if ET is out there, that's where they'd leave the message. It's where they've hurt, where they would put the wow signal there as well. Right, where are we? Into the chats there. Ajax can count there. He's getting there. And you need to do your shopping. It always comes around quick, doesn't it? And Shuttler there. Hi, Dale's partner. In at this time, she's taken my place listening in the background. Well, hello, Adele there and Shuttler. Good to have you both in. Hope you are well. You both are very welcome here. And the camera seems to be working tonight, so very good there. And Paul is Mansfield, Nottinghamshire. I went to Mansfield once to buy a car. It's my only experience. How are your skies tonight there? I can see it live. Oh, very interesting. Sadly, I can't on here now, but we've got the days of footage there. Very, very interesting. We are living in a time with all of these electronic devices around the world now are just collecting so much data that the mainstream explanation of, weather phenomena, swamp gas, all the usual stuff there, just doesn't hold anymore, does it? We are now getting more and more data collected, and I think we are right on the cusp now of just there's going to be so much data, so much anomalous stuff out there that disclosure is going to have to happen there. Oh, Aston Online is even worse there. And Marcus, good to see you there. And Mr. Mazungu there, how are you doing? Good to see you in. Oh, we got some more movement. Right, let's zoom in, shall we? And Marcus, thank you for the gift subs, Patreons and Super Chats. It all goes back into the stream. There you go. So we've got some movement right here. Now, as far as we know at the minute, this is just one of the many, many man-made satellites up there flying around, delivering communications, internet, spy satellite even maybe, there as well. But we need to see it do something strange. We need to see it stop dead, change course, speed or trajectory, something like that will tell us that in fact it is something a little bit more anomalous there. That is the only way we can be sure from down here, because what's happening is the sun hasn't gone fully round. That is why it's partly blue still. We're getting a bit of that daylight in, and that will go soon, I think probably in the next 10 minutes or so as the sun goes more around. But also it's still round enough for those objects off of the surface to bounce that light back to it, reflect that sun's light back to us. So we're going to see anything up there, be it a man-made satellite or ET flying from A to B. They're going to reflect that sun's light back. It's going to be the movement is the main way for us to tell the difference there. But it's quite a hard bar to filter this. We're going to need your help to spot those anomalies, to track that movement with your eyes. We do have the tracker on there, but it's still not very good. So, fingers crossed, we will... excuse me, fingers crossed we will together see those anomalies there. And GWAT, they just ordered the Magic Cube projector for the bedroom wall. On GWAT, we need to see a picture of what that looks like there. I all find it strange seeing our stream up live. I was doing that radio interview earlier, and I got introduced as a TikToker and a YouTuber, and I'm like, that is... I can't deny it technically, but it did feel very strange to hear that. It's breaking the fourth wall for me there. Team Kate, I like that one, Shuttler. And Astra, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you there. Oh, is that a dodgy pixel or a very red star? Good question. I think that one's a dodgy pixel from when we were just zoomed in there. Where are we? Rio there. I like to do Sainsbury's and Tesco's for my shopping there. Oh, I think, I don't even know who we use now. I have to ask Leanne there. They're all the same, aren't they, nowadays? And but this guy is definitely the best podcaster out there when you do want to have a good, chilled listen. Thank you, Charlotte. That was very, very kind of you. I do appreciate that. But it's you guys, your awesome questions, your awesome experiences that really, really make it for us here. So, guys, if you have any questions, ask away. There's no silly questions there. So yeah, we want to hear from you there. I'm friends with a YouTuber. It makes me flinch a little, cringe just a little bit there. And B2 went red to gold. Oh, good spotting. I think I missed that one, but I'll clip it and see if we can find that one. Good spotting there, G-Whack. Right, back over to the tubes. You've been patiently waiting. Let's see where we got to in the chat there. That bloody hate Mansfield there. Worked there for years. And the rush hour drive off the M1 broke me several times. Oh, God. There. A Viking is in. Good to see you there. Samuel, did you watch the Sir Danny Dyer? I want to believe you. I haven't watched it yet. It is on my list. You know what? I'm going to watch it tonight after the stream. Because otherwise I will forget to do it. I was going to watch it the weekend, but that's too far away for me to remember, so I'm going to do it tonight, Raf. And Scooby, how are you doing tonight there? And where are we? It is a nice night tonight there. And Maya is in as well. Good to see you there. So yeah, it's working. I had a fight with a camera earlier, and so far, touch wood, I think I've won. So it should be a very good, very clear, very active night for us sky watching. So keep your eyes to the screen there, and we're going to zoom in on the good bits, but we're looking mainly for the anomalous behaviour there. So flashing coloration can be of interest, but the real slam dunk for us is the stopping dead, the changing course, changing trajectory. Anything like that is a real eureka for us there. But we tend, especially when it's clear like this, I've got some very good feelings for tonight. So yeah, keep your eyes on the screen, and we're going to see more and more there. And Marcus is there, currently munching on a share bag of pickled onion space raiders there, but I ain't sharing. Nobody shares. They don't. I have not found one person yet that does share those things. Is it? Come on, guys, confess. Have you ever shared a share bag? Is that even a real thing there? MTC, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow there. We need V back. Yes, she's very busy at the minute, but we are very much looking forward to having V back when she's calmed down, got some extra work on and stuff there. We miss our OGV. And Charlotte as well, do you also play videos through the stream there? Never knew you could keep an eye for one to the next one. I can't. I keep my eye on the chat. I rely wholeheartedly. I've a corner of my eye. I've got it on the big screen. But mostly, unless it's a big one, I'm relying on you guys to spot it there. Technically, we can, but some of the platforms get really, really funny with replaying. TikTok in particular, they banned us for a while, so I haven't done it in a while. But it would be good to bring up some example videos, and especially the really interesting ones there. I'm eating a big bag of Walker's bacon crisps. I haven't had Walker's barbecue crisps in ages. Do they still make those there? How you doing, Adam, as well there? Oh, and thank you for the gifts. Oslo, too, as well. Appreciate that, guys. All goes back into the stream. Speaking of all going back in the stream, the Patreons, we're going to be rolling it out to YouTube members as well, but we're going to be doing our next deep dive. Now, that's going to be tomorrow at 8 p.m, so it's over on the Patreon, and it'll be try and do it as well on YouTube members as well, but that's new. First time we've tried to do it there, but we're going to really be getting into the meat onto the Condign report there, the UK government's report in the early 2000s, I think late 90s time, into the phenomena. Very, very interesting there. Link in the bio gives you a month for free, so you better join us for that one as well there. But we will still be on afterwards, hopefully for a Skywatch, depending what the weather is like. That's why we've moved it to 8 p.m. at UK time, so we'll be on around 10 for the usual streams there, so we don't all miss out on that there. Pluto is in as well. Never share, exactly. Nobody ever does there. Never shared Marcus as well. Adam, good. Thank you for the shares there. But share the stream, though. Share the stream with your loved ones, your friends. Because that is how we reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. You never know who's going to come in and what experience with the phenomena they are going to share with us here, helping us understand a little bit more about what is going on, our place within the universe, and all of that. Where are we today? It's like them cheesecakes from Aldi for 6 people. G-Wack, yes, I know exactly what you mean. And Effie are there. Oh, no infrared tonight there. No Pepsi. No, you're fine tonight. We're not doing the drinking game. We are back to the OG camera for tonight. Pluto, thank you for the shares. And the tracker isn't tracking. Thought it was on. Well, it's doing a bit. It's doing a bit. I think it struggles at this time with the lack of contrast with the blue. It gets better as the night goes on. I need to spend the weekend updating the tracker. Right, switching back over to the YouTube chat. Let me see where we are. Bouncing between technically 3 chats tonight, so it takes me a second to get through them all. But I do want to hear from you, so do say hello if you're new here. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight, how you feel about the phenomenon, if you've had an experience. Again, any questions, ask away. And Marcus, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate those. Where are we there? Maya is in. Good to see you there. Maya is a little bit late there. Been sharing the usual. Thank you, Maya. I do appreciate that. And living light there. Tomorrow night, the moon will look beautiful there. It's beautifully full there. And May the 1st is the official flower moon night. Very interesting. If it's a clear, maybe we'll do a moon watch. We can get some quite good views of the moon. That's what it looks like. It's a pain for our tracker because I have to manually keep moving it. But it is cool when we're doing it. Now, lots of strange things about the moon in of itself there. It's a weird object. It's beautiful, but it's weird. And we are looking out when we're doing those moon streams for what's called translunar phenomena, TLP. And now that is accepted and established within the mainstream astronomical community there. Strange things that have happened and observed on, off and around the moon, like glowing craters there, outgassing, flashes of light, all that strange stuff. We saw a glowing, or what appeared to be a glowing crater once there. So the moon is weird. It shouldn't be doing those things there. You've been fighting the bug. Oh, we've got a nice blue one coming in there. Oh, I hope you're not feeling too... talking about food, oh no, there. And I live on my own, so I have to share my bag with me, Mr. Excellent. Best crisps in the world are the Marmite crisps there. I can do a good Marmite crisp. Let's go. This is a blue one.
Zoom mode
Let's
activated.
zoom in on this, so pause the chat for a second. There we go. Look how, compared to like that one, for example, just look how different that is. It's not just an increment of brightness, is it? There's a real difference in the colour of light. I mean, look, that one, it just passed there as well. Let's see that one versus the blue one. What is causing those differences? Is that purely something like a high reflective area, like the solar panels pointing towards us there, giving us that? But that's quite consistent. So keep your eyes on it as we zoom out. It's down there. But very, very interesting indeed. Is there something a little bit stranger going on indeed with that one? Where's my cursor? It's on the wrong computer. That's why. And hydration reminder. Thank you there. I do need that one. The best crisp out there. Melted chocolate on crisps. I've not tried that one. I'm a fan of the old cornflakes. But yeah. It just me. I had Sam talking twice. Oh my God! You don't want me in glorious stereo, do you? That's not the way to start the weekend. I mean, we're Thursday, so we're not starting the weekend. But getting ahead of myself there. Right, where are we? Back over on the TikTok. Let's see where we are. There. Got to. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few of the tracking lines going. Goal achieved. Thank you for that one, guys. There, Grim feeding
Nom
Alan.
nom nom. Thanks, guys.
And you there. I kind of prefer it without the infrared there. I get to see more stars. It is a bit of a balance, a bit of a trade-off, isn't it, there? We get the advantage of seeing in the infrared light spectrum, which is meant to be very active for the phenomenon, but we are seeing a smaller patch of sky. We're seeing more, we're seeing less light in general come into the lens. So it's a bit of A and B, and I think we're going to try and kind of pair it up. So basically, we can have them both going at the same time. I think it'll be the best way to go for that one. Laurie, thank you for the gifts as well there. And Marcus, thank you for the treasure box. Everybody thank Marcus when he claimed those coins. Along with your new kilt there, nice and airy there. And Joseph, thank you for the share as well there. GWAG as well, coming in with gifts. And Effie there, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I feel like the moon keeps having a weird red trim lately for the past month. Interesting, has anyone else noticed that one? You know what, I've been avoiding the moon. It's been annoying me because it's not been in the right place that we can... Oh, Simon, thank you for a galaxy. That's very, very kind of you, Simon. Do appreciate that. How are you doing today? Welcome aboard. But yeah, so I've been avoiding them. It's just been giving us lots of light pollution, but not up enough for us to see it. But so I haven't been paying much attention there. Remember, V is away, folks. We can all play there. And let me scroll down here as well. Friday evening. I'm ahead. It's Thursday today, isn't it? There. And Pink Floyd as well. Thank you for the gifts. Do appreciate that. So it all goes back into the stream. They're helping us improve what we're doing. Gift subs, Patreon, super chats, all that as well. And Paul, if there are UFOs or UAPs in space, why is astronauts on the ISS aren't reporting them? So very, very interesting questions. Now, there is a lot of anomalous footage there that it appears to see some stuff in the background. Some of the lives from the International Space Station are always cut off suspiciously, but there is footage apparently captured by the ISS there of anomalies. Now, are the astronauts told to keep quiet, or maybe they kind of don't see them? I've noticed this a lot. Like, you know, you have to be open to things. or you won't notice them. And the analogy or the example I give is that, you know, plumbers are probably disproportionately low represented in haunted house cases there. You know, they know and understand the bumps in the night, you know, that could be the pipes in your house, and therefore they'll probably just assume that every bump in the night it's just the pipes, it's just the boiler. In the same way that I assume all the bumps in the night for my house are the pets and things like that. But it doesn't mean that they are. And maybe it's the same with the astronauts up there. If they're very of the traditional scientific mind, well, not looking out for UFOs, maybe they're not seeing them. Maybe they see a glint or a flash of light and go, probably a satellite. But there is some video of things that do appear to be very anomalous caught footage up there. There are astronauts, though, I don't think on the ISS, but definitely the older generation of astronauts, Apollo, Mercury sort of time, all that stuff, where they do claim to have had some interesting experiences. In fact, one of the deep dives, we are going to be doing sounds, strange sounds from space, and a lot of reports from NASA on that one in Rio, and it's a nice warm day, apart from loads of chemtrails. That is the flip of it. Yeah, but it's been a very, very warm day today. I'm in a shirt today, I'm not in a jumper. What's going on there? That means no jumpers now until October. Jessica coming in with the shares there. And right, getting off night G-Wag, thank you again for joining us. Get some rest and we'll hopefully catch you tomorrow there. And Angela, can we have a raccoon or an otter as a group mascot? I would love, I love animals, so 100%. If somebody send us one there. We have an alien. Actually, let's replace Alan there. Simon, hey, I love the cowboy hat there. I often think whenever that one comes up, I'm like, I want that moustache. I remember I've kind of got one, but it's nowhere near as good. I've got the hat ready for when I do grow the moustache, though. Hat for a hat. There, right. It's evening, Susie, as well. How are you doing? Thanks again there, Simon. And Paul there. What and why do the American government hide secrets about Area 51? People know it's there. It's a very good question. Only very, very recent. I think it's during Obama's term that or might even been afterwards that he officially recognized Area 51. But we do know it's there. It is a secret, officially a test flight facility there for secret planes and stuff. The U-2s were developed there in the middle of nowhere, so people can't really see it. They can keep eyes off of it there and do a lot of tests, mostly quite private. So it's the perfect place that you would think of there to put your UFOs if you had a crashed one there. Now, why are they not telling us all of the details? There are many potential answers to that, all of them interesting. No idea which one or combination of them are true, but everything ranging from Blue Nose does have competition, actually. We'll have to remind Blue Nose who comes in. Alan there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from? But lots and lots of potential reasons from that society couldn't handle it. Maybe they want to keep the strategic advantage, or maybe they just don't want to tell people that, hey, there is something going on and we've got no control over it there. And the grid is back. Yeah, I was hitting all the technology today and we seem to have won. Let me quickly go back over to the tubes. Where are we in your messages, guys? Where did we get to there? Hollywood is in. How are you doing? And I got to that one, yeah. And then I forgot, didn't have to come back there. Share, no sharing from A up there. And no, I've done that one. Let's scrub that there. And no, I've done that one. God, when it jumps ahead, I lose my place in the chat. Apologies, I do have missed your ones, guys. Yeah, that was it. Me in stereo there. Star Lady, namaste there, and always have a lovely one there. Alien and there, Southwest London. Welcome aboard. Good to have you in. How is your week going? How are the skies in London? There have been, even though London, obviously a city, night polluted, and never known for its great weather, there have still been some very anomalous group sightings of objects over the city in various places there. Have you ever witnessed anything yourself there? And let's scroll down here. And where's Raf's there? Sorry, just trying to find my place in the chat there. It's a Sainsbury's bag. I can actually add certain stickers now to, I think they're only for members on the YouTube, but I can add the custom stickers, so I have been adding some of those, guys. I've been watching Janet flights going there, Area 51 each day, Scooby, very, very true. So that is how they shuttle the workers, isn't it, to Area 51. They've got their own planes. White planes, red stripe, leave from, what is the name of the airport there in Las Vegas? But yeah, they're well renowned for flying and shuttling the workers to Area 51. Now, not all of Area 51 is going to be for the aliens, and in fact they do say that it is the S4 part of it, so it's a subsection actually away from the main airfield that it is available there. Is available. It's where they do the UFO stuff. So it's the top secret spy planes and things in the main bit, and then S4 for the things there. And Living Lights, thank you. That's incredibly generous of you there. That is insanely generous, actually. But thank you for the super chat there. Very, very kind of you. It all helps goes back into the stream there. Where did we get to in the chat? I didn't even know they went up that high there. Living light. But thank you. That's very, very kind. But yes, Area 51 is a very interesting one. How do we all feel about it? Made, I think it was first popularised, wasn't it, by Bob Lazar back in the 80s now, and very relevant there with the recent film there where they've visualised, haven't they? They've built S4 so we can all experience it for the first time. They're going to release the what they designed of the layout there for the film. They built it in a game engine, all the graphics for it, but they're going to release it as a 3D experience apparently. So it's going to be very interesting there, because I'll have to get a 3D headset and we'll plug you all in and we'll go for a wander together around S4 there. And Scooby, and they just disappear off the map on Plane Finder when they get close. That is hilarious, actually. I wouldn't, but makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You know, they get out a certain range and then they're no longer tracked there. And Uncanny Expeditions is cool there. I love watching his videos. Name rings a bell. I don't know if I've seen that one there. How are you getting on with American Alchemy there, Raph? You liked it there. Oh, and Blue Nose, thank you for that star. That is very, very kind. Do appreciate that as well. How are you doing today, Captain Blue Nose? Watched a restricted plane do a 4-hour survey weekend of S4. Again, very interesting. We are getting more and more evidence that even though it's a secret facility with only breadcrumbs there, we are now piecing those things together, like the road that went there that was removed off of earlier maps and all that sort of thing there. And yeah, so it's very, very interesting. Right, back over to the TikTok. Guys, if you're new here, we're doing we're doing a UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. These are the skies live over Wiltshire, here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So lots of strange and anomalous things in these skies over the years. Keep your eyes peeled there. So there's lots of movement, and what we need to see is that movement, rather than travelling in a straight line, we need to prove itself to us that it is just not a man-made satellite. They are falling to Earth in a big circle, so they appear to be basically straight lines on the screen from us there at consistent speeds. If we see a variation on that, then we know we've got something much more interesting indeed. So keep your eyes peeled, follow them across the screen. The tracking is playing up again, surprisingly tonight, but it is there occasionally. But yeah, keep moving, following that movement across the screen. And we're looking for it to stop dead, change its course, its trajectory, anything like that that tells us that it is actually a little bit stranger than one of the many man-made satellites. There you go, there's the tracker. Should we zoom in on this one before I get back over to the TikTok chat?
Zoom mode activated.
Right, there we go. So it's caught this one. It's actually a reasonable alignment there. The drumming monkey. I just saw that one there. Thank you there, Blue Nose. I've not seen that one before. Oh, it's catching. It's right. Okay, that's another bug I need to fix on the tracker there. It jumps to the stars. But yeah, so the idea with the tracker is that it's looking and identifying the movement that is on screen. Then it will see where that movement's been, and if that is a straight line, it then uses that straight line to predict a straight line in front of it, and then it follows it along there. And if it's a satellite, it will follow that straight line with no deviation, and it will stay green. If it goes red, that tends to mean that whatever that object is has deviated from the behavior of a satellite, therefore highlighting to us that it is worthy of looking a little bit more there. Oh, night GWAC, thank you for joining us there. Jessica, thanks for the shares, guys. It is those likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people like yourselves there. And can we oh wait, no, I've done that one. Let me scroll. Here we are, and Paul there. Oh no, I've done that one as well there. No, I've done that one. Alan, yeah, we got to that one. And the grid is back. Oh, but lots of ex-staff have said there are strange goings-on and say aliens do exist. You are very, very right. There are a number of people that claim to have worked directly. Obviously, Bob Lazar is most well-known, but is it Dan Barish as well as another guy who claimed to have worked at S4? Not sure what we make of him, but his account was very interesting. But rather than working with a craft, he claimed to have worked actually with an organism, a being that was kept alive there. But there are other people that claim to have worked there, some of them in less glamorous roles, but still support the fact that there is something going on related to the phenomena there. And look, if you've got a crashed aircraft, maybe you've got the ET bodies in the US, where else would you put it? Well, you put it at the facility that you've already got set up that is away from prying eyes, very, very secure, wouldn't you? So it does make a lot of sense there. Please forgive your tummy rumbles there as well. And Marcus, it reminds me, Sam, I sent a message on TikTok about a streamer called Remote Trooper, Films 51. Oh, excellent. I'll have a look at that. I'm so behind on my messages. Would you believe I used to be on multiple times a day? You'd get a reply from me, normally within the bloody hour. Not anymore. Not anymore. It takes me days to get to my messages now. I will definitely have a look, because I do love it, because that is the only way I keep up to date with a lot of things, is you guys going out of your way to share me the interesting information. I did watch a tuber that was, he was camping at Area 51 and travelling out there and, in the desert around that sort of area, doing a lot of filming. Surprising, actually, how close you can get, and with a good lens, you can get direct eyes on the normal part of Area 51 there. And who pays for the Janet flights from Vegas to Area 51? I think it'll be all government, won't it? They're paying for their employees that are all probably privately employed now. I mean, who was it that Bob Lazar technically worked as a government contractor, is how they hide it from the Freedom of Information request there. And Han there is the really bright star on the horizon tonight. And Venus, probably is if it's on the horizon, most probably Venus there. I think without seeing, though, I wouldn't know for sure, but quite probably there. And Captain Blue Nose is taking his captain hats back exactly there. And the backdrop would look good on Galaxians, what's that there? And good there, one more day, then a nice long weekend. A well-deserved, especially in your line of work there. Have you got any plans, or are you just chilling out? That is a nice bright blue one there that's coming down the middle of the screen being tracked. Keep your eyes on that. And Jack, how are you doing? Thank you for the follow. Good to have you in there. And Simon there, great stream. Thank you, Simon. That is very, very kind of you. You're supporting always, also just being in the chat as well. I do appreciate that. Guys, if you've got any questions, ask away there. There's no silly questions here. We love to hear from you all. Maybe it's just want to say where you're watching from tonight, or if you've had an experience there. It takes me a second to bounce between the chats, but I do want to hear from you all there. Or Shonol there, if I pronounce that right. Let me know if not. Freebie, a good spot in there. So Freebie is basically just above the gift goal for you tubers there. See if we can. I'm a bit behind in the chat, so it takes me a second there. Marcus, I think that might be the same guy, SM. He's bought some land. Oh no, I haven't. That one popped up as I bought some land just outside of Area 51, and I got like a few minutes into the video because I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. He paid $2,000 for 2 acres, really close to the line of Area 51. What would we do with that bit of land, guys? We'd have permanent watching there, wouldn't we? There. And average there today, it was unbearably hot. Honestly, a little bit of heat. I like the brightness, I like the sun there, but I am not built for it. I am not. I've got too many layers there. Meet X and X2. Have you've separated? You know, 2 of you there. You're always here with you. Oh my God, there is 2. There's 2 Agent X in the chat. It's like Kate, when you've cloned yourself, Agent X has as well. Waffle there, hello, have you had any paranormal experiences yourself or unexplained stuff? So, brilliant one, Waffle there, yes. In fact, it was the more spooky side that I'd had. In fact, doing this stream was an exercise in trying to have a UFO alien-y related experience there. So yeah, I have had some spooky stuff, and it's an area that I do want to delve into. There's a good overlap of interest, UFOs and the spooky stuff too, but yeah, no, we haven't found a way of doing it, although Leanne has had some very good ideas there. But yeah, I do like the old spooky stuff there. My boyfriend was wearing a coat today. I don't know how people do it. I mean, I get stuck in my ways. I mean, I was still wearing a jumper until today, first day in a shirt. But yeah, I'll be on the ground. I'm like a sickly Victorian child. Slight degree temperature change, and I'm in the ground there. Or I'm in a wicker wheelchair, one of those blankets over me. There, and Lit, how are you doing there? Are those satellites? Well, the boring answer is most of them will be, yes. There are about 16,000 man-made satellites up there in orbit. The majority of what we are going to see is going to be those. But if we are careful and we pay attention, we will normally see it a couple of times per stream, especially when it's nice and clear, like it is tonight, and the camera's playing ball. That we will see them act strangely. Satellites have to follow certain rules. They're falling to Earth in a big circle. So for us down here, that looks like a straight line at a consistent speed. So if you watch every now and again, well, what we're looking out for is them to stop dead, to change course or trajectory, you know, not interstellar handbrake turn, something like that, really, or they change their speed. Now, that is the rare one, but it is the gold standard. There is so... The satellites just can't do that. It breaks physics. We don't have the technology to behave like that up there. Everything essentially is in motion up in the night sky. So anything that hesitates, you know, the interstellar handbrake turn, anything like that, we know we have something more anomalous. There's a lot more that we see. It's kind of in this grey area with weird coloration and flashing, which can be satellites. There are certain weird cases where that can be the case, but you'll get a feel for it as you start watching them there. That you'll see the satellites and that they do their thing, and then you just see and you go, this is strange. I don't know how we're getting this color, because what we're seeing, satellites don't have headlights. They're not emitting light. They're reflecting it back. The sun hasn't fully gone round, and they've still got a direct line of sight, so they're reflecting that light back down to us. So if that's the case, how do we get such really, really bright red-orange, reddy-orange ones there, and also those really clear blue or green ones? Again, flashing as well can be an interesting one. And Lit, thank you for the follow and the brilliant questions there. And Angela there, I burn easy in the sun as I'm fair-skinned. I don't burn, but I don't do well. But Sammy, does physics exist? Agent X, that's a very good question. Physics is just... Oh, that's a green one. Can I get to it in time? Can I get to it in time? Come on.
Zoom mode activated.
Oh, you don't know if you can see it there. Sorry, guys. Look, the coloration's not looking at the white, but it looked more green. Anyway, that was interesting, the variation. I only just saw that one then. So, guys, yeah, does physics exist? Well, remember, we cannot mistake the map for the territory. Physics, as we know it, as all of the big-brained people are working on, that's our best attempt at understanding reality, trying to predict through observation what the rules are. But if your map says there's a petrol station to the next right, and you get there, and there isn't one, is the map at fault? Or is your road at fault? It's the map that's at fault. And there are lots of anomalies. There's lots of areas in physics that we don't fully know. It's definitely an unfinished book. So does physics exist? The best question is, how effective is physics at explaining our reality and our observations within it there? Do we have all of the sensors, the brain power as humans to understand the full range of what reality might be here? And Christian there, have you ever recorded one? Yeah, so should have some clips on the TikTok page there. The recent ones are going to be, it's auto-posting now. So God knows what it's posting. But before those ones, lots of all the clips there of some of the just really cool things like Starlink, shooting stars. But there are some anomalies, some very good ones. But we do tend to catch action, especially on a clear night like this, pretty much every stream. That is a big, bright one there being tracked across the middle. Very big. But again, it's not doing necessarily anything anomalous there. That one is possibly just bigger and brighter because it is closer to us at a lower to altitude there. And I go brown in the sun. I do as well, Adam. There. Hello, darling. Are you okay? Are you still feeling sad after the film?
We watched something sad on TV and now I've got residual sad.
He's got the residual sad. Maybe take Alan and he'll cheer you up there. X2 here, I was cloned by aliens last night. Oh, thank you, Alan. After Kate stole my... What's that? Vorchin V. Thank you, Alan, for attacking me. This is what I have to live with. You're cloned like Kate's clone there. It's definitely warmer under the dome. Kate, Agent X, you've been over to the dark side there. Wow, it's a brilliant question, Lit. Guys, I said if you're new here, we're doing a live UFO, a UAP, a Skywatch tonight. These are the skies live over Wiltshire here in the UK. Do let us know where you're all watching from tonight. If you've got any questions about what we're doing, what we're seeing, how it all works, maybe it's something you've heard or you've seen, ask away. There's no silly questions here, and we'd love to hear from you there. Right, I'm going to bounce back over to the YouTube chat. Where did I get to? Oh, you've watched loads of Jesse Now Raff there, right up my street. I really like him. So a lot of the time I find, and this isn't a complaint, but it's a lot of the same old thing, like I'm really interested in... whoever it might be, a particular whistleblower. I'll watch every podcast they go on, and they just say the same thing. That's not a comment on them. That's just how it works. But there's the same thing. There's lots of people chewing over the same information, and sometimes there's new conclusions, new theories, which is interesting. But I do feel like it's a very low return most of the time. But Jesse's stuff, he always, for me, or most of the time, is bringing new information to the table, new connections, new discoveries. So Jesse Michael's American Alchemy, guys, definitely worth checking out there. And Zen as well, I like it. We're in a bit of a Jesse fanboy club here. And where are we? There. The Three Wise Men. Have I? Oh, no. Oh, it's jumped ahead of me. Sorry, guys, on the tubes, it just jumped to me. I was reading through, and I blinked, and it scrolled ahead. Where did we get to in the chat? No, I did that one. The glorious tracker there, Raph and Scooby. Do you know any better free apps other than Plane Finder to track flight? There is another one. Oh, God. Agent X, you'll know this. What's the other? Because you always used to tell me, don't use Flight Radar. There's another one. There is one. I can't remember off the top of my head there. My doorbell caught. You did, actually, and it was quite square what was caught on your doorbell there, and daylight as well. Where are we there? Am I still staying still? No, I can see your chats there. And Star Lady as well, interesting. Lots of footage. 10 minutes away from Twickenham at rugby ground, where white orbs with planes. Hand on heart there. Not sure how aware there is another channel from Wiltshire. I'm not sure if you're aware there's another to Wiltshire there. Totally different. Oh, I didn't know. What's the name of the channel? See our neighbours. Good to have more people. Again, look, the more people looking at the skies, I think the better there. The more chance we have of observations across multiple witnesses there. But that's very interesting. There's, again, a lot of history of what appears to be orbs, you know, monitoring our planes, monitoring our air activity, taking an interest there, going all the way back to the Second World War there with the Foo Fighter phenomena. Where are we? Are you having a chat amongst yourselves there? Yeah. Oh, it is an uncanny expression. Oh, that's a bright one. Let's see if I can zoom in on this one.
Zoom mode activated.
Now again, brightness doesn't necessarily mean strange, but keep your eyes on it there as I zoom out, because that is a big, bright and beautiful one there. Again, could mean that it is closer to us there, therefore able to reflect a more light, lower altitude, and also would appear faster. It's a very rough rule of thumb there. Come over to the paranormal size there. We have cookies. We've got to do more paranormal stuff, haven't we? Then Paul from Alien Encounter I had at 4. They are concerned we could blow ourselves up there. And years later, there have been multiple cases of aliens over nuclear bases and even seizing control. Very, very, very true. Lots of encounters and reports there of warnings about, you know, we're playing with fire. You know, we're kids playing with matches with these nukes, the damage that we could do. Again, so many observations around anything nuclear there, be it a, you know, nuclear power station, nuclear mining, storage, weapons storage, or, you know, the actual missile bases themselves. And again, there's been many accounts now of them flying overhead, not just paying attention, not being interested and maybe shining lights on these things, but actually turning the missiles off. And on one occasion I know about, they apparently turned the missile countdown on, now just to showing that they maybe have control there. Perpetually cold. I up there, since I shaved my head, I really noticed the cold with that. It's so crazy how much hair keeps you warm there. The uncanny guy there, he bought some land near Area 51, and he also owns one of the buses that take the employees to work there, but he goes everywhere. And he was at Lockheed and Martin the other way. No, that is crazy. I didn't know he actually had that connection there, so he actually contracts for them, shuttling people to it. I wonder how they feel about him making content around that, or maybe it's a bit of a, you know, they know about it. And very interesting. I didn't know that was the same guy. I literally just caught that one video. Very interesting there. I do want my own bit of land out there. We do skywatches all the time from outside Area 51 there. So if the colour is due to reflection, how come other ones crossing the green dot, why they both go green? Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I can't get my head around that one. This is the thing. I mean, even if it is, you know, the reflecting the colour, that would have to be such a strong colour on the surface to get the strong that we're seeing here, and interference. That is interesting there, Alp. I mean, we need somebody there. When I was at uni studying physics department, there was opposite to 2 hours. Got some questions for them. Do you still know the people? And 3 wise men. How are you doing? Good to see you. Don't take Alan, he's got nits there, living like that. Oh no, you're having a chat to yourself there. And so watching 30 likes there, 70 watching, 30 likes. Shameful, Raf. I second that, Raf. Guys, we do appreciate the likes there. Is the likes and shares how we meet all of you guys, how the magic of the algorithm knows to share it around, and therefore you never know who's going to come in, what experience of the phenomena they're going to share, or their professional experience that can help us refine our search and how it's all going on there. So we do appreciate that one. Doug is in as well. Good to see you there, Doug. Already thumbed there. Thank you, Doug. And where are we? Now you're having a chat there. And Sparkles there, lived in New Mexico for many years there. Sky watching is amazing there. Oh my God. And New Mexico, I mean, you're struggling, aren't you, to get a better place with the history of the phenomena. I mean, here's good, lots of years of strange sightings, but, you know, New Mexico, that's ground zero for the modern UFO trend there. Did you ever see anything strange there, Sparkles? Good to have you in there. And Wayne, what's that? Good question. So, this is the thing. This is what we're on the lookout for. We are looking for the strange and anomalous. We need to filter out the explainables there. There's going to be lots of man-made satellites up there tonight there, but we're looking for the ones that act a little bit weird. Do things that man-made satellites just can't do there. The stopping dead, the shooting off at speed, changing course trajectory, but coloration can be interesting, flashing too, but they're just not as a clear slam dunk as the movements. Keep following them with your eyes. There's going to be lots on screen tonight there, and we're looking for that last-minute turn. Again, it could happen at any point. We are asking ET really to realise that he's left his keys at home and do an interstellar handbrake turn right over the screen for us there. Hello from South Lanarkshire, Greg. Good to have you in there. And it is moving, Wayne. Good spotting. And Doug there, yes, people still have their milk hair wearing a beanie there 24/7. Oh, I know. I couldn't do it. I mean, I now wear a beanie 24/7 because I've got no hair. And no, he just bought one of the buses. Oh, and used to take a bike. Oh, I think I've seen him use it there. So it was one of the... That's pretty cool there, having a bit of history like that. That is pretty cool. There. Good spot in there. Wayne as well there. And up there as well. Thank you for the super chat. That's very, very kind. All the super chats, the gifts and subs and all that sort of stuff there, the Patreons members, it all goes back into the stream. They're helping us improve what we do there. And if you here like what you see there, please click the thumbs up. Thank you there. We do appreciate that, guys. If you are here, if you're joining us for our live UFO Skywatch, yeah, make sure you are subscribed or followed wherever it is, wherever you are there. And you can let us, then you'll get the notifications when we go live there. Or let us know if you spot anything there, Wayne and Greg. East Kilbride, good to have you in. Don't think we've had anybody from there before. And up, should we do Pendle Hill live? I want to do Pendle Hill live. I'd read. If you're going, I'm coming with you. That'd be pretty cool meetup there. I still need to arrange our little meetup. Right, where were we over on the TikTok chat? Let's see where we got to. Oh, saying hello to Leanne there. And I'm jealous. Alien Alan there went back to Amazon. Oh, your Alan went back to Amazon for fakery. He's a fake one. He's not a real IKEA one. And Marcus, yeah, Keir Starmer's speeches do have the same effect. Yeah. Brings me to tears constantly there. I am a Jesse fanboy. I will admit it. I am. And Ben there. Now, that is a full sky tonight. You're not wrong, Ben. Me and the camera had an argument today, and it looks like we've come to an agreement, so touch wood.
Zoom mode activated.
We should hopefully be all right tonight there. It's not played up yet, which is... This is good. So, again, big, bright, beautiful object here. Who do I sound like? The T-man here, Trump. It's a big, bright, beautiful object. But, yeah, we need to see it do something strange. We need to see it change course, its speed, its trajectory, anything like that will tell us that for sure that it is not just a man-made satellite. Now, it may not be a man-made satellite, but we just can't tell from down here unless it does any of those strange things there. So keep your eyes on them, keep spotting in the chat there for us as well. And Average there, what do you think about the Great Attractor? So this is very, very interesting. Something that is so large is this the correct one? Let me. The Great Attractor. Am I right? Is this the one that's pulling galaxies out of the visible universe? Is that the one? Because that I heard about a few months ago, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So there is something, basically, that we're observing on the edge of the visible universe, because the universe is expanding pretty fastly. You know, the bubble is getting bigger, and light is fixed to the speed of light. There, we're never going to be able to see beyond a certain point. There is a visible universe for us there. Now, it could be beyond that, but we're just never going to know. But we're seeing right on the edge of that galaxies, like whole big ass galaxies, appearing to be pulled out of the universe into the visible universe, sorry. And we don't know what could be large enough. I mean, we've seen galaxies, we've seen black holes here, but everything, all the structures we've seen in space by far are nowhere near big enough to account for the gravity needed to be pulling these things out there. Is that the Great Attractor one? The tracker, the Better Than Flight radar is ADBS beta there. Thank you, X, for that. And let me scroll down there. Blue Nose coming in with the stickers there. I do like the stickers. Appreciate those. Agent X and Adam there. Thank you for the gifts as well. Very kind of you. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. Help us improve what we do. And is this there? And I think you've revived the camera. I think so tonight. I think that was a bit after every technical problem going wrong. We've managed to turn it around today, so you never know. It's always worth showing up. It could end up going a lot better there. And Ajax there, weapon storage. Where and when and what time? Every year older I get, I feel the cold more there. I don't need to shave my head. I don't know how kids do it. I remember being told, oh, put a jumper on, you know, and all that sort of stuff. You take it for granted as a kid. But my circulation is rubbish there. Oh, meteor in D. Good spotting there is this. I missed that one there. An average, what? Oh, no, I've done that one there. An ET go home. This one can. He's nothing but trouble. Now, with ET's phoning home. Where are you joining from tonight there? And TikTok is in. How are you doing? When are we going to Mexico, Sammy? I would love to, but I've kind of gone a bit nervous about international travel. Ever since I had like a weird vertigo incident on a plane, I'm like, I don't think I could be trapped on a plane with vertigo these days. So I haven't jumped back on the bandwagon there. Hey up, you've made it back over to the TikTok there. And I'm sure you're not the only one who thinks you are hot as your Brenner lookalike. I've had worse comparisons there. And Ben, I walked up Pendle Hill last year. Did you have an experience there, Ben? How does that sort of area feel? It's got such a connection with the weird, hasn't it? I think that even though it's not directly UFO, I think it would be a great place to do a skywatch from there. And Rendlesham, yes. And then Stonehenge, Agent X. You know we wouldn't have the weather that works out for doing both in a row, though. And Christian there, while in northern Chile, I saw an unidentified light emerging from the sea at night. Now that, because what can that be? We don't really have transmedium craft, do we? We find that very hard. So, like, that's just not like the next technological leap. That is quite a big thing if we're to give it an explanation there. But lots of people do see the UFO, the phenomena, behaving like that. So could be very, very interesting there. And again, Chile, South America, they are a lot closer to the phenomena, more public about it, I hear. Illuminating the water underneath there. Again, what can do that? Lots of USOs there, lots of accounts of submariners seeing things traveling ridiculously fast below the water. But again, even going back, so I think it was Christopher Columbus, he saw something similar. It's in his logbooks there, what he described as a giant candle going either into or coming out of the water, illuminating everything there. But yeah, I mean, 1800s Admiral's report from the Royal Navy all have this sort of stuff. So it does appear to be a phenomenon that's gone on the whole time. Now, what a phenomenal experience that would be to experience that yourself. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch night. So these are the skies live over Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So keep your eyes there for the strange and anomalous. We've got another bright one. I don't think you can see it on TikTok, I think it's behind me, but if you're on the tubes, you should see it there. Keep your eyes on all of this movement. There's a lot of man-made satellites up there, but every now and again one will do something strange, something anomalous, and we'll be able to therefore know that it is not a simple satellite and is something indeed more there. So do make sure you're following, subscribed, whatever it is, wherever you are there, and get the notifications when we go live, because we go live pretty much every night there. Clear nights, it's the Skywatch. Cloudy nights, we're doing the alien radio signal hunt there. Haven't seen Harco in a while. Yeah, I think he's got some stuff on at the minute there, but hopefully he'll be all right to see him soon. It's important to remember to please don't feed Sammy or Alan after 8 there. I need food. Was it 10 p.m? Either way, we go like gremlins there, X. And Benjamin there, Trump about to release a load of files on UFOs. So hopefully, yeah, they're talking about it. Not just the initial mention, they mentioned it again the other day in something in the Oval Office there, saying, oh, we're going to be interested in lots of interesting things in there. Now, is that political speech for we're going to fob you off with nothing, like some of the other file releases? Or is it going to be it? Is this going to put it over the line for us there of official explanation? I think it's going to be the start of something rather than like a big eureka. I don't think they're going to give that up willingly. But, you know, the fact that the President of the United States is repeatedly talking about UFO files means we have come very, very far from where we were. Even, you know, when I was a kid, starting to understand the phenomena there. Ben, the first time I went up at the age of 15 there, and I had a really bad headache afterwards. I think I would as well. But last time I went up, nothing strange. Okay. I mean, interesting. Did you go up at night, or was it like just a daytime nature hike there? Very interesting. Is it a big hike? Do I need to like? I'm thinking like it's just a hill, like one of the hill forts we've got around here, but or is it more like a mountain climb? Is it a proper hike? There and TikTok there. I'm good, thanks. There, just been giving my sister a hand moving. Awesome. That's what family's for. Good man. Good to see you in. You can relax now there. And Graham D3, good spotting. I'm a bit behind in the chat, but do keep up the good spotting there. I do have one eye on the screen for the real anomalous stuff, but keep it up there. And being moon tonight there. Seen a few strange things up there. And is that Urbex Yorkshire? Welcome. Good to see ya. So, yeah, the moon is weird. Like, the moon is really weird. And I thought that was full tinfoil hat territory there. But no, when you actually look into it, the moon is a strange object there. The fact that it is, you know, so perfectly, is it like 1/400th the size of the sun, but yet 400th the distance to give us those near perfect eclipses. I mean, that's pretty weird. What a coincidence of that, you know, the effect that it has here on our planet, the fact that it's meant to be made of the same stuff as Earth, but yet it is only 23% as dense. Oh, we got a green one. Slight green coloration to this. I'm not sure if you can see that
Zoom
well.
mode activated.
But when it's in the darker patch, this has got a green hue to it. Oh, bollocks. Sorry, guys. There we go. So, again, it's not as dramatic as some as the other ones, but it's interesting. Still, you think of the variation. Oh, the tracker's got it for now. But I'm going to zoom out, so you keep following that one. Now, why is it, if they're all reflecting light back, why do we get some dramatic colours versus the others? Don't. Come on, Mousy. There we are. Where do we get to in the chat here? And lit there, if those are satellites there, how do they appear from nowhere? Brilliant question. So a lot of it is that we've just got this small snapshot in the sky, and they're doing their circles, and they're just kind of coming in over that small box that we're kind of doing. But that you've noticed that they kind of just fade in and fade out. Now, technically, that could make it an anomaly as well, but there is a part of the phenomena of how it all works that could explain some of that. So as the sun goes round, you've got to think that the shadow on the Earth then comes around. The line of night kind of comes further and further around. That's the same on the surface, but it's also true going out at height there at different altitudes. Now, it's not at the same line, it's kind of slayed back at an angle. It takes longer the higher up you are to come round there, but they call it the umbra, the Earth shadow. So the more further it goes round, the lower down ones will start to see less of those because they'll get caught in the shadow, and at some point in the night you'll see that the line will be perfectly halfway across the screen, and you just see the satellite disappear into it there. So some of that can explain some of it there as well. Oh, is that a binary star in D2? Where are we? D2. Oh, was that a flasher? So, I don't know specifically what star. It might be a binary system, or it might be the perspective. It could be further away, but to us it looks like they're close. There was a strange flash. That was a very, very bright flash. Did anyone else catch that one? And Thomas there, what do you think happened to Kenny V there? Do you think he was taken by the aliens or the military? I don't really know. It's definitely an interesting case, but I have heard some other accounts that apparently he's on video breaking into a shop a year later, and there was some other suspect stuff. So I don't quite know with Kenny. I'm definitely open to it still being strange, but the other possibilities are still there, so I don't really know, but it's an interesting case there. And Purple, how you doing there? And that's where I asked for crop circles there, and it arrived in Wiltshire 30 minutes from me. So funny enough, Purple, you say that because it was this time last year where I was having the idea of this stream, and I was trying to figure out how we can get a good shot of the night sky using different cameras and lenses, and swearing when it was a cloudy night, running out and trying to get it right. It was literally this time last year, and I was, wanting a crop circle. And I think I'd mentioned to my friend Pete, who occasionally comes on our location lives, I'd mentioned to him, oh, well, when the crop circles happen, we'll have to go and visit one and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, like that. And then literally the next day or so, we had one just on the edge of town. It was the same town there, the Sutton Veney crop circle. So funny you mentioned that as well. And TikTok there, I had a sighting above my house and got a good photo, but the next day my phone screen is broken, so I'll upload soon. Oh, TikTok, I want to see that one. Yeah, that's a nice bright one there. And Niva as well, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And Average, what's your thoughts on the Great Attractor? Oh, we did that one a bit earlier. Did I get it right with the Great Attractor? Darling, hello.
Did Sam tell you that he was on the radio today being interviewed about the stream?
I mentioned it earlier on, but I'll catch them up. Only local radio. Don't get too excited, guys. But it's always fun, isn't it, there? Hopefully, you might reach a few more local people with the things. And just depends on the way you go up. There's a mix of mud hills and rocky paths there, but it's definitely a climb. God, in my state, I might have to do a bit like people build up to the London Marathon before I do Pendle. I really do want to do it. I've got some... equipment. I purposely got some equipment so we can do some more on location-y ghosty stuff out and about, but it just hasn't lined up yet. And but if I will advise you, watch your step there. Some ways have a small path with big drops. Oh god, that does sound like a rough. Trying to do that at night with the equipment there. And lit, brilliant question there. So guys, if you're just joining us, do ask any questions there. There are no silly questions here. It might take me a minute to get to you across multiple chats tonight, but I do want to hear from you there. So ask any questions that you may have. Do say hello if you're new here. Let us know where you're watching from. But yeah, make sure you're following, because we do something like this every night, and then you'll get the notification when we go live there. And TikTok there, the moon thing, they say it doesn't come out in day, but I have a video, and it's the middle of the sunny day. Oh yeah, definitely, we definitely still see the moon during the day if the reflection's right. Like, you can see it really clearly. I've debated doing some moon streams during the day. You're 100% right there. And Niva, thank you for the follow. Good to have you in there. Oh, do spill there. What was that for? And oh, I'm back now, and you've finished stalking there. Who's you should stalk now? It's mine there, X. And TikTok there. It's like I have been looking into the square shapes and all the clouds. Oh yes, the square clouds could be very, very interesting there. Where are we? Baz, quickly swap over to the tubes. Where did I get with your chat, the guys? Where did you get to there? No, that was Amps there. Bring the Sainsbury's back. It's like that guy who bought a van and has plonked it at a Loch Ness there, so he can go out every day and look. If I live near somewhere like that, I'll do the same thing. It is tempting, isn't it? So if you were somewhere like that, Roswell or Area 51, you'd commit your life to it, quite especially in this day and age when we can all meet together. You're not like the poor guy at Loch Ness who's doing it on his own. Might meet a few people that come to the pub nearby, but we can hang out all together, can't we? Here there. And what is the universe expanding into? Exactly, Three Wise Men. That is my question. We do not technically know how big the universe is, because we can never see the edges of it. So we have what is the visible universe, the bit we'll only see. But that might just be a bubble within a massive thing. Honestly, we have leading theories, but they're not leading in the sense that they're, are most likely to be true. It's just to our limited understanding. Even the Big Bang isn't really, is heavily contested, and it's quite a new theory there. And more universe, I guess, there. And what are you talking about, Ron Jeremy? There. And Viking there, roughly how many satellites are in space? So when we started about a year ago, it was about 14,500, and we know Starlink have been sending up a hell of a lot, so it's probably 16,000 now, and they want to go up to 100,000, I hear. So if we're seeing this many at for that many, imagine what 100,000 is going to be there. And Samanzi's in. How are you doing? Now we've got the camera working tonight down there. And Graham there, where does a low Earth orbit star and the outer space star in miles? So, very good question. I'm not a details guy. I cannot remember the numbers like that, sadly. But it's a very good question. And it is, again, these things aren't hard lines. They're kind of like blur into each other. Just like, the density of the atmosphere starts to get less dense. So it is kind of a grey area. And they're basically, the clever boffins have just decided, look, we're going to call this altitude. We're going to call this the literal definition of space versus not. So it's a very good question there, and somebody will know it in the chat there. And where are we? How are you doing? Loving all of the hearts there. How are you doing? The satellite train there, Scooby there, the Starlink. So it's phenomenal. Did we see one? I think I missed it there. And Sparkles, strange things at Area 51 there. Many small earthquakes passed. Oh, I haven't heard that one. Very interesting there. Do you wonder, is it because they are playing around with other technology? We know that, Area 51 generally, the whole of that training range there is divided up into areas. Area 1 to 70 something, I think, and obviously Area 51 is the bit where the aircraft, the air bases where they do test the spy planes. It's got that reputation, but that whole area just over the mountains from Area 51 is where they were doing all the atomic weapons testing. So again, big interest with the phenomena with that activity. Nice big bright and blue one here. Can we catch that?
Zoom mode activated.
So again, all the ones you've been seeing tonight. Now look at how bright this one is and how blue it is. In and of itself, that does not mean it is straight. Look, compared to that one, does not mean that it is alien. We can't say for sure or anything like that, but especially as we get these semi-frequently, but it does make you wonder what is causing that variation in brightness. Now, is it just a higher reflectivity of the surface area? Look, that's faded out now. It's faded out to nothing. Very interesting. So maybe that was just at the right point, the right arc in its orbit there, where it was reflecting from those solar panels, but it was still very, very blue. But yeah, so they, all the nuclear testing that went on there, you can Google Earth all the craters is pretty interesting. So that's but there's going to be other testing going on there as well still, which may be of interest to the aliens and things like that. Some people do claim that even the aliens have a base over there. I think it's the tall whites are actually the range 4 Harry rumour, what's the word there, reported sightings. They're talking about they've got a little base over there where they hang out. I mean, it's an isolated space. Oh, we've got 2 in a line coming in from the top there. And Loch Ness guy, retired fight. Did he? Well, I hope he's having a comfortable life. That is commitment. And Samunzi there, the Big Bang was when the aliens turned the lights on. Well, this is the thing, there's still a lot of questions around it. Is it a Big Bang and is it cyclical? Does it expand, bang, and then contract back down, and then bang again? Or is it like a Russian doll situation here? Do we have the Big Bang and then something like black holes form, which condense matter down to an infinitely dense point, and maybe then that bangs out into a new universe? Maybe that's how universes are formed. That's a legitimate line of inquiry for science at the minute there. Oh, it's still going. I didn't see it, Scooby. We've caught a few starlets, which are pretty cool there. It's cobalt blue. That's a good name for it there. I just call it minty fresh. There's which as well. Thank you for the hearts there. So guys, if you're just joining us tonight, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of crop circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. Glastonbury isn't too far in the other direction. So a very ancient mystical landscape here. Long history of the weird and wonderful in general, but these skies have a history directly with the phenomena there. So keep your eyes on the screen. It's lovely and clear. The camera seems to be working, touch wood. Oh, there's another 2 in a row there. Is that part of something? But yeah, keep your eyes looking for anomalous movement there. But do say hello. Let us know where you're all watching from in the chat there. Do say hello. I'm bouncing between 2 chats, so it's going to take me a second to catch up. Let's go back over to the TikTok there. And Dennis there, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? Tubers, you'll have to manually let me know. It doesn't tell me who's followed over your side, so you'll have to let me know if you've joined the club. We can say hello there. You can call it improving your thingy algorithm. Where are we? There, and TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. I can't find anything about them there, and any programs. Maybe it's something new there. I mean, my first thought was when you're seeing sort of geometric shape or something that should be random or like clouds, is there some sort of gravitational thing there, some sort of property that's kind of shaping them there? Maybe not directly. That might not be the intent of the technology. It might be a byproduct. Like they do think that UFOs, by how their propulsion system would probably work, would involve sort of a layer of plasma around the craft, which would be ionized and therefore would glow, would be bright orange to us. It's one of the methods. So it's like an involuntary glow. It might just be part of it there, not that they necessarily want it to. And maybe it's the same with the square clouds there. Oh, Susie Starlink as well, you've noticed it. Good guys there. And average there, if we put too many in space there, we are just going to trap ourselves on Earth. Big risk of that at the minute. Like, that is something that they're very, very worried about, is this risk of what they call Kessler syndrome, the snowball effect of one satellite blows into 1 million pieces, and then those 1 million pieces hit another couple of satellites, which blow into another 1 million pieces, so on and so on, eventually knocking out all of the satellites, because they're not just, they're actually, I think it's like 17,000 miles an hour or something, these things are actually moving. So they're like speeding bullets, they're flying around. The International Space Station has got a few holes in it from a few of these, and they just go around there. So that, if there's all that debris, all those tiny pieces going that fast, hitting another satellite, hitting another one, and yeah, they do think that we've got to be really careful of that, because all of that stuff up there would basically make space a write-off for us until it re-enters, which could be 10 years, it could be 100 years. There were no satellites for us there, no space activity. Is a big risk there. You have a pick of the space trade. It is very, very awesome. Sometimes you don't need the aliens, do you? You're just looking at technology, or the show that nature puts on is good enough there. And Galactic Center of the Milky Way is going to arise tonight there at 0.23, so 23 minutes past midnight there, for the first time since last year. I was listening actually about the alignments today, so yeah, I wonder which direction that's going to be. I've not actually caught it with my own eyes yet there, and Crummy there, how are you doing? I'm just going to call you Obsessed now. How are you doing, Obsessed? Good to see you. Thank you for the gifts there, Adam as well, and Neil for those. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there. And Big A, I believe, 100% there, and 100 there. But yeah, there's got to be life out there. In fact, even the mainstream scientific understanding of the phenomena now is, well, mainstream science there, astrobiologists do believe that life, it's just a numbers game. Life is going to be abundant. Back in even as late as the 90s, we still didn't know that all of these dots that we're seeing here, let me zoom in on some of these, all of these dots that we're seeing, these stationary looking ones, these are other stars like our sun, different sizes, different temperatures, all that sort of stuff, but we didn't know if there were other planets in orbit around them. Maybe our solar system was a rare one, maybe unique, but since we've got the technology, we're now finding planets around damn all of them, and since that point, just statistically, even mainstream science now thinks that life is just going to be absolutely abundant. Just a numbers game that's going to be out there. A lot of the other scientific community that's not directly involved, that they haven't caught up yet. They haven't got the latest memos. They're going, oh, you know, how do we know there's going to be life out there? They're a bit late to the party. But the astrobiologists in particular they're now got the technology just about to look at the atmospheres around those planets in orbits around other stars. Very clever how they do it. And they're analysing the atmosphere through its light, and they're now able to roughly tell what gases might be in that atmosphere. Some gases, as far as we know, are only made by technology. You know, think of the CFCs, the hole in the ozone layer for us here on Earth. That would be a techno-signature there. They haven't found those yet, but the gases that we know are only made by organic life. Think like not methane, but you know, being produced like that from organic life. They are seeing loads of potential hits for that. Now, the technology isn't quite precise yet, so it's not 100%. But in that community, they're going, we're getting so many of these hits. We just think life is absolutely everywhere. So, and it makes sense, doesn't it? You know, look how abundant life is here on Earth, how diverse it is, and obviously how, you know, capable it is to survive in a range of environments. So yeah, definitely possible that I think, you know, looking back at us now, maybe some other eyes there. And Jack there as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? You believe they're aliens of all kinds, and I think that makes sense, Big A. I think that makes sense. There's going to be a hell of a lot of different environments up there in the skies and all those different planets and stuff. So why wouldn't there be evolutionary adaptations for that? And we tend to think of whoever the apex is of any particular species. Let's look at this one. We've got a nice blue one here. Again, it's quite faint, so it's not as bright. So then maybe that goes against the reflectivity issue there. But a nice big one here that's being tracked. This tracker has got this one, but slow and steady. But yeah, it's big and bright. So interesting. But yeah, I think there'll be a life for it. We think of the apex of the species. Maybe it's the greys. Maybe they're visiting us from Zeta Reticuli, somewhere around there. But what about their dogs, their cats? What about the mosquitoes that they slap off there? What about the ant infestation that they have in their houses? All of the analogues that we have here for us on Earth. And you think it probably would be as diverse. It's unlikely that you're just going to get one intelligent species and a handful of plants on a planet there, because species becomes more complex and more intelligent, as far as we understand, through evolution, because of the competition from all of the other life, the threats, you know, competing for resources. You know, life has to become more complex to advance there as well. So yeah, you're unlikely to just get a grey alien develop on a planet there, because it wouldn't need to be more than a blob if it didn't have a predator to hide from and things like that. So I think you're very, very right there. And I just realised my laundry was messing with my screen. Your laundry? There. And 5 p.m. where you are. Where did you say you were there, Big A? 2 movements, good, 1 obsessed. Keep up the good spot in there. And Big O, thank you for the follow. Where are we there? Could Agent Marcus please send me the Dr. Peppers? I bought some Dr. Pepper the other day after you were talking about it. I hadn't had it in ages, and I was strongly disappointed. Jojo there, thank you for the follow as well. Good to have you in. Guys, if you are just joining us tonight, we're doing a live UFO, UAP Skywatch here. Coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So do make sure you're following, subscribed, whatever it is, where you are there, and that way you'll get the notifications when we go live, because we're on pretty much every night doing this. If it's clear clear night, it's this. If it's a cloudy night, we are searching the hydrogen line, which is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorise that if ET is out there, this is where they would put the message, hello, is anybody else out there? It's where they heard the wow signal. But yeah, do say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're all watching us from. And I'm just finishing up the TikTok chat, and then I'll bounce back over to the YouTubes. Then Thomas, they are saying Nordic aliens are more advanced than us, and that's why they can't help us. It's very interesting there, because you'd think more technology. Why don't they just come in and save us, you know? And there's a very interesting thing here, like, maybe they could, in theory, with their technology, but then they're robbing us from the chances to learn. So this is obviously how you're meant to raise kids. You know, you're not meant to step in and save them from everything, or they never learn how to do it for themselves. You only step in, don't you, as a parent there, if the mistake that they're about to make is going to cost them more than they can afford, essentially, you know. It's going to be life-changing. Other than that, you know, sometimes we have to learn the hard lessons. We have to earn the knowledge, earn the advancements there, and maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're keeping an eye so we don't fully wipe ourselves out, but letting us make some expensive mistakes, so we do grow and we learn. And I would argue that we are doing that as a species. We are protecting ourselves there. We are going forward, we are advancing. It might be slow, there might still be plenty of horrors and some new ones that we might not have had before, but I think overall, over time, that curve is going up. And first rule of the Thing Club there, X does not disclose. There, and call me Karomi. Is that it? Is that how we spell it? Because every time I go, I haven't done it. It's Karomi. I think that. And every time I get it, I change how I pronounce it. And stop disclosing your profile shot. There, and Cipri, there. What the meteor shower is it? So at the minute we're not going through a meteor shower, I don't think. At the second, we're just watching the skies. We're seeing a lot of man-made satellites, and we're seeing some coloration, but we're not seeing the interesting ones just yet. And that only means that it is still to happen there. Surprisingly, look, it's quite a nice clear sky. We can see a lot of stars, but because the moon is up tonight, that's quite bright. It's doing our night vision in. We would normally be able to see all of the colours of those individual stars as well. Some really deep purples, some oranges, some reds, all that sort of stuff there as well. So it's not technically the best tonight. I mean, I think we're about an 8 out of 10, but we can still see some movement. Yeah, we still need to see some more anomalous stuff there, so keep your eyes peeled. It's just coming up later there. See, I live over the road from an electric power substation there and pylons, but I see them to that surrounding area, and I live in the Midlands. It's puzzled you there, and maybe there's a connection with that high voltage. I mean, we're tying in possibly with the plasmoids theory there, that, you know, sentient life could be in the form of, you know, plasma balls basically, and they could be drawn to energy sources and things like that, just as sort of a feeding source. Very interesting evidence for that. It's not a slam dunk yet, but there is evidence that could point that way. I do lean towards that as being part of an explanation for the phenomena there. And I'm not normal there. I just grab it instead of putting it in a laundry basket, and the phone was also in my... Oh, that makes sense, Kate. That's fine. You clicked co-host and you joined us, and tonight is known as a full flower. But yes, we heard this from Light. Yeah. Make the most of it there. Make the most of it poisoning our night vision there. And hang on a minute, that's why more chat box characters than like, what is that all about? Maybe you've been upgraded. And Chromio there, and maybe you'll see the aliens from Matt Smith's Doctor Who. Oh, he was my favourite Doctor Who, and some of the aliens that were there, I mean, the Weeping Angels there, some of the baddies in that, they were damn good there. And I love the live there. Callum, thank you for that. It's very, very kind. Do appreciate it. I can't take credit. It's nature putting on the show, and it's you guys coming up with the awesome questions and your accounts of the phenomena there. But good to have you in. I do appreciate you saying that. And Strange Things above there. Perfect. How are you doing? Have you had any good sightings yourself there? Thank you for the follow. And the ETA, the acrid meteor shower peaks on May the 5th and 6th. Oh, we'll have another good meteor coming up there. I loved the Stonehenge episodes from Doctor Who. I don't think I've seen those yet. And just down the road as well. I think so. Right, I'm going to switch you back over there. Adam's well coming in with the likes. Appreciate that. It is the likes and shares, guys, that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. Again, the more eyes and minds on the phenomena, the more we can all piece this puzzle together there. Right, popping back over to the Tubes chat there. Let's have a look, see where we got to. Oh, that was Defo Starlink. You know, how did I miss that one? How did I miss that, guys? A lot of you guys saw the Starlink there. 2 in a row is train tracking. Ooh, I've often wondered why there's quite a lot that do seem to be, you know, very close by there. And Dulce Base there, New Mexico, is a very interesting place too. A lot of people do call it like Area 52 as a bit of a joke there. Lots of history of the phenomena, and you know, it does make sense. Can't remember who said it now, but they were saying, look, they've got enough craft now, and the way the military works and their research development is that these things are kind of spread out anywhere. You know, there's even reports of them just being in various sort of hangars in LA. You know, quite amongst things, and it makes sense, doesn't it, that maybe if you're very precious around something because it's the only one you've got, but you've learnt more and you're more casual with it, it doesn't have to be Area 51. And also Area 51 makes sense for, you know, possible flight testing if they think they can fly the damn things, you know. But other than that, lots of different bases have different specialities, whether it's a specific science or a specific benefit, anything like that. So they may have them spread around there. Dulce is an interesting location for that. It's more like 20. Oh, it's still going. Well, there. What's the one in Utah? Is that Dugway? Maybe there, Raph. That does ring a bell there. Our bedtime for Mayor. Thank you, Mayor, for joining us. Do appreciate you hanging out with us there. Swansea there. They say space is ace there. It isn't just about alien life. Exactly. Space in and of itself is absolutely fascinating. You don't just need the aliens there as well. And your king is getting ready to board the flight back to the UK. I mean, I'm looking forward to the next generation. I'll probably get trees. I'll be in the Tower of London for that one.
Zoom mode.
Let's have a look at this one just coming in. This is a nice and fast. Again, at the minute, steady, straight. Nothing about it is anomalous, but it does look particularly interesting there. Good spotting there, Solo Fisherman. Good spotting. Right, as I zoom back out, keep your eyes on these things, because we need to observe it to doing something strange there. The change of... Oh, there's one coming in front of me there. The change of course, speed, trajectory, something like that will tell us that in fact it is a little bit stranger. It is in fact not a man-made satellite, and in fact, yeah, potentially a UFO or something like that. It does happen, but it is going to be rare. We're going to see more of the satellites than we are going to see the strange ones there. Oh god, tubers, I'm quite behind in the chat. I didn't realise I was this far behind. Let me catch up with you guys. Big A, a big apple. Dr. Perry and Cherry Coke taste different now. Oh, I used to love Cherry Coke when they first had it, like years and years ago. That was something special there. Yeah, it's not quite the same. They take all the good stuff out of it there. Maybe he's leaving the US now. Used to love the old Cherry Coke. Yeah, that was a good one. And Nordic aliens are the ones I met there, and they are benevolent. And I wonder what the link is, because again, being humanoid, being so close to us there, we must have a direct linkage there. 100% there, someone see. And living like there. If a plasma is true, then... Oh, sorry, panspermia, sorry, totally there. If panspermia is true, then the cosmos isn't... just a place where life happens. I think you are very, very right. So guys, panspermia is the idea that life can be seeded in the same way that you know, a flower, a dandelion, its seeds will get blown off of the flower and then just caught in the wind and distributed around there. The same principle they think might be true for space there. We know that we share rocks with Mars and Venus and vice versa all of the time in our solar system there, but it might be true over longer distances with other rocky bodies as well. So if those organisms, simple organisms would expect, can actually survive on those or in those rocks and then survive the re-entry, then you could transfer life from one planet to another. But then directed panspermia, the idea that actually somebody will do that sort of thing, they'll put their own seeds out there to seed life around the galaxy. But I think there's a good argument to be made that has at least happened here in the solar system. Maybe it's happened over those bigger distances. Maybe when the sun was growing up in its stellar nursery with what we now know to be over 6,000 siblings, which is quite rare for star formation, there in the stellar nursery, when those stars were all closer together, maybe those sharing of those rocks there was a lot easier. Maybe we've got cousins on those other stars. Maybe the origin point of abiogenesis, where life started from zero, different form there, maybe it didn't start on Earth. Maybe it started not in the solar system, maybe started on another planet. But interestingly, looking at life on Earth, the scientists recently did the steps involved for how long it would take for life to go, I think, from singular cell to more complex, like where we are now. And there just hasn't been enough time on Earth. And Earth has been habitable for, what, 2 billion years? It's cooled down enough. And surprisingly, life was instant there, you know, pretty much instant there. In fact, it was a lot earlier than the scientists would have expected. We didn't have to wait for a random selection of events, just Earth was habitable. It stuck there. But where did, if we're 2 billion years short in that development, if we think of what life needed, and, you know, we've not got the time here on Earth, well, Mars was habitable for about 2 billion years before the Earth, and it was pretty solid. So maybe it developed there, or maybe it survived there. But yeah, it looks like it is absolutely everywhere. And a minnow there. Do satellites travel at the same speed? So, I think they're in quite a close range. But it does vary. Essentially, like here on Earth, if I rolled a ball across a flat surface, eventually it'd peter out, because it's, even though it's a flat surface, it's hitting the resistance of our atmosphere, which ever so slowly slows it down. But up, obviously, there in space, and the higher up you are out of the atmosphere, there's no atmosphere to slow it down, so you just keep on going. So what they do is they just go, get it in the right position and just send it off, and it'll just roughly travel at that consistent speed. But I think there are ranges with them as well. I think the International Space Station is like 17,000 miles an hour, which is insane to think that they're flying that there. And wise man, that I'm drinking Dr. Pepper now, and like Alan Partridge says, it tastes like fizzy Benylin. It does, it really does. I bought some, it's a cream twist Dr. Pepper. I thought, well, that looks interesting, like a cream soda Dr. Pepper. I checked, it wasn't the sugar-free one. They always catch you out with that, but it tastes like sugar-free. I was very disappointed there. And Scooby, life happens in the strangest places, and conditions, we are still finding different ways. We are, like, you've probably all heard of the habitable zone, the idea that life on a distant planet there, it's got to be far enough away from its sun to not evaporate, so it's got to be cool enough, but also not too cool that ice is frozen, so liquid water. That was what we understood the criteria to be for life, for our type of life here on Earth. But the more we're looking, the more we're going, actually, habitable zone can sod off there. If it's an ocean world and it's got enough internal, you know, liquid molten core there with the heat vents and stuff, you know, you can have life there. But also life itself is looking to be more resilient there. Virus, bacteria, all sorts of things appear to be able to survive out there in the vacuum of space for far longer than we realised. In fact, some more complex things, like fruit flies as well. They sent them out to space and kind of pulled them back down. They actually survived a surprising amount of time in the vacuum of space. So it is possible that, you know, that we could just be sharing life all of the time. And if the Matt Smith speech, Stonehenge speech there doesn't make your hair stand up, then I watched the Matt Smith one, but I don't remember the Stonehenge bit. And you know, there, if a UAP shot past the live screen, would you not see it due to the frame rate? So that is another consideration there. If it is going so fast that the camera at the right frame rate can't get it, we still see anomalies. We still see enough anomalies. Now, I mean, obviously there's always going to be a limit to that range of how fast it's going, but I would imagine that from a practical point of view, if they're going sideways, if they're following the curvature of the Earth there, that they're doing something, either monitoring, looking down, or they're going around, you know, they're going from point A to point B within the Earth. So therefore, they probably wouldn't need to do their warp speeds. You know, whatever speed that we're witnessing or able to witness is probably going to be in the range. Now, that being said, if they're coming from the Earth off to a distant star, I mean, then, you know, they might as well go as fast as they possibly can, at which point we possibly wouldn't see anything. Maybe we'd only see a brief flash. So an interesting point there. And hold on there, Blizzard. Thank you there. And Star Lady there. Hi, silly question, but best way to send you footage of the white orbs there? That's not a silly question, it's a brilliant one. Thank you very much for asking there. So the best way probably would be, depending on the length of the footage. So first of all, we've got a really cool Discord community there. So guys, if you've got any sightings, any images, you want to just tell your experience there, we've got a really cool personal experiences on the Discord, and the link is in bio, is in there for that. So you can go in there, the personal experience section, read through what other people have put in, put yours in too if you want to there. I think there is a limit on the video size for that one. So if it's a bit long for that, because I know the rest of the community would love to see it and have a look. If there is a limit on the video, then I think if you go on the tubes, there should be an email address. If you click on the About Us, and then you can drop that. excuse me, you can drop us an email there. It should come through there. Would love to see that one. Thank you, Star Lady. And Samunzi there. Yeah, Mars. I really do wonder what happened over there. Are we a product of Martian life? I strongly believe so. And then you look to, you know, the stuff that appears to be on the surface there, you go, that really does look like a structure. That does not look natural at all, and there's a lot of it. Very, very interesting that what could have been there. It was very, very habitable for a very long time, and plenty of time for life to develop and become advanced there. I mean, we still think there is active microbial life on the surface at the very least there, so we know it's probably had life, you know, there, and so the potential has always been there. And then you take into account the is it Xeon 125 or something there, particular element that is detected there, which we only know to be able to be created either in a supernova or in a hydrogen bomb, basically a fast nuclear bomb, the modern ones there. And there ain't been no supernova, because we'd have seen that on all the other planets in the solar system. So where did Mars get that from? It looks like Mars may have been nuked there. Mars still has a large amount of groundwater deep underground, so this is the thing, they do ice as well. Organics in the soil, still lots of stuff there, and sealed chambers could provide its own atmosphere. Well, that's a very good point, little biospheres there. I mean, we've done so little life detection, but the life detection tests that NASA has set up came back positive 100% of the time on repeated tests. They have tested for life on Mars, and it was positive. They decided to go, we think the test is wrong, purely because another test, which wasn't for life, it was to detect organic matter in the soil, came back negative. But that test was faulty, and they knew it was faulty before they sent it out, but it's now 100% been proven to be totally wrong, because the other rovers have now detected organic matter in the soil. But also, you don't even need organics for life generally anyway. So we've definitely detected microbial life on the surface of Mars, like definitely. And Raf there, it's when Rory was the Romans. Oh yes, yeah, come on then, the Doctor, we'll see you now, and the Pandora box. The Pandorica one. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Maybe I did see it then. It just didn't stick in my life there. Good. Thank you, Star Lady, for that. And Scooby, if a humanoid life could be underground on Mars, they could be on many other planets and moons. Opens the door to imagination. Well, this is the thing. Like, even simple life is probably going to be absolutely everywhere. They're talking about, you know, other asteroids that actually, look, that had liquid, they had all the right materials, let alone the moons and other things. Life could be absolutely, and probably is absolutely everywhere. But yeah, like more complex life, like humanoid life, would be very interesting if that form has survived. There was a NASA scientist, I can't remember what he was there, but he's still in the official fields there, and this really caught me off of left field when I heard his interview. And he's only mentioned it once, and I'm like, you've got to tell me more. But he was talking about Venus. Now, Venus is not like Mars. It's almost the size of Earth and mass, about 95% there, much closer to the Earth than Mars, but it's hell. It's such a ridiculous pressure on the surface, it's such ridiculous temperature, it rains diamond and liquid metal, very acidic atmosphere. It's a hellhole, basically, like a literal hell. But the clouds are quite Earth-like, the atmosphere around there, and we do think that we have detected, again, this signs in the clouds that there's gases that, as far as we know, only life can make that gas. So maybe there's microbial life left from it. When Venus was habitable, maybe there is something left from that. But he said, he dropped this one in there, only the Russians have sent probes to the surface of Venus, and only a few of them survived because of those crushing pressures for not very long, but they took some images of the surface, and he mentioned this astronomer works for NASA. He said you could argue that in those images there looks to be potentially like crustacean style life, like crabs, and I've studied those pictures. I can't see what he's talking about there, but if he spotted something,
Zoom mode
I'm
activated.
very, very interested in that one. Like the idea that maybe life, or whatever happened to Venus there, was slow enough that life could develop for that environment there. But I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe there's that more complex on Mars too. It keeps losing it to those stable stars. I'm gonna have to work on that bug later there. But very, very interesting. I think life is going to be absolutely damn everywhere. And Doug there, I love those photos from the surface of Venus. It is gnarly. It really is. It is so cool to think that you're looking at the surface of another planet. Like when we started getting those panoramics from, I think, Curiosity, and you could, like with your phone or augmented reality, look around the surface of Mars. Like, I was blown away. Thought, what a time to be alive there. And Scooby, where do we hide underground? For a variety of reasons, yeah. Storms, nuclear weapons, and wars and bunkers. Exactly. So look, life will naturally kind of go that way for an evolutionary process, but maybe there is, again, more complicated life, more complex life has taken refuge over a long period of time under there. We just don't don't know. I mean, the pyramid structures are interesting. I originally wrote those pyramids off there. I went, look, I can see the square layout and the positions on Mars that you've seen it there. I could see that, but I think it still looks too worn, too natural to be a pyramid. And then they quite rightly compared them to the eroded pyramids in Egypt. And you go, actually, they do look like a spitting one-to-one now. Thank you. So I'm on board with that one. And I'm sure life is abundant across our galaxy. Someone say, I think so. I think that's logical as well. Why would we think we're special? We've not learnt from the day of Copernicus over the days of. Sorry. Let's have a look. Where did we get to? Got to there. Load of the Stonehenge episode there, and. They're the Matt Smith. They are the Matt Smith. Yes, I'd totally forgotten that one because he's the only Doctor that I actually liked. I promise I'd be on a good behaviour tonight. I believe it when I see it there. The Pandora's Box one was at Stonehenge. There's a big speech with all the I vaguely remember the box, but I must have tuned out for that part of it there. A D2, good one. Solo Fisherman, good spot in there. I need more volunteer for Alan. Probing verification there. And what could these moving objects be there? That's a very good question. So most of them are going to be, sadly, man-made satellites. They're going to be explainable there. There's just a hell of a lot of them up there in the night sky, but not all of them. So if we keep paying attention, like normal there, we are going to see some of the ones that act a little bit differently, act pretty strangely. Satellites there are falling to Earth in a big circle, so they have to follow certain rules there. Consistent speeds, straight trajectories, any adjustments they can make with their little itty bitty ion thrusters are very subtle, and takes them multiple orbits to make those adjustments. So we're not going to notice any changes like that. So if we see anything, stop dead, shoot off at speed, now change its speed there, interstellar handbrake turn, anything like that, zigzagging from one of those light anomalies there, that is a slam dunk. We have something very, very strange. So we're keeping our eye out for that, but also flashing, coloration. They can be interesting. Not quite a slam dunk, but they are still interesting there. And as Kate says, mostly satellites there. Keep an eye out for the ones that they do weird. Yeah. Ben, I'm a big fan of life seeding. I think so. Look, that's how it happens in nature here. That's how, so we said plants and all that do it here. Why not on the larger scales? Oh Lord, I think X has overconsumed the licorice. You got to share the licorice. God, I want sweets now. And Grandad M there, 19 minutes to go around the Earth. The ISS is crazy, isn't it? The speeds that it's going, it only takes the International Space Station 90 minutes to orbit the Earth. Insane. Get the fez out. Where's Leanne done with my fez? For situations just like this, it doesn't fit on there with the the headphones. There we go. Am I going to get done for some sort of cultural appropriation now? It's Fez time. And I love talking about Mars, and I feel like, what if humans travelled from there to Earth theory? I mean, there are certain clues. If you look at our biology there, you could make the case, you can argue that humans are possibly a little bit better suited to somewhere a bit less low gravity or lower gravity, and a little bit less of that radiation. So you could well be, I think it's plausible. I'm definitely on board with life coming. I'm like a very high conviction that life, in a simple sense, came from Mars and seeded the Earth. But more complex stuff, I'm definitely open to it. I do strongly lean that way. But Mars is just such a fascinating planet there. I mean, even again, you look at it as a planet, and it looks to have been a moon initially of a larger body there, because it's kind of been stretched gravitation. It's a little bit oblong shape, but so as if it's been in a gravitational pull from a larger body, originally a moon. And lo and behold, some ancient accounts from various tribes talk about Mars being a moon and the main body getting blown up and stuff like that there. And thanks for the reminding there, Kat. It's Kate. It's going to. I'm bouncing between a few chats there, so it takes me a minute to get across to you both there. But do, guys, say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're all watching from tonight. If you've got any questions, ask away there. We want to hear about your encounters with the phenomena as well. But if you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. So a very ancient and mysterious landscape here. A long history of the phenomena, the weird and wonderful wonderful in these skies. So help us along tonight there with the spotting, looking out for the weird stuff there. And Chromio there, I actually are going to meet Matt Smith at Liverpool Comic Con. Oh, that's pretty cool. He was definitely by far my favourite there. Alan says he wants an autograph there, and TikTok there, because the USA have a space army there. We will have one in the UK. We're always like the poor equivalent, you know. I've said this before, but like they've got like how many hundreds of like, you know, the latest fighter jets, and we've got 6. You know, we're always going to have the poor equivalent, I think, at the minute. Bring back the British Empire, but for space. In fact, have you seen the British Interplanetary Society back in the 40s? They were basically an organisation that were trying to promote space, you know, exploration. They didn't really have their own program, but part of that they designed what a moon suit would look like from the 40s perspective. And I think at one of the museums, Space Museum, we do have it here, they actually built this suit from the designs, because it was only designed at the time, it was never built, but they've actually made a version of it for the museum, and it is the most badass moon suit. It's like a cross between space and like a medieval knight. Go have a look for it. It is the coolest thing ever. So there should be, you know, a British space right there. And Adam, there, you remind me of the comedic Ken Dodd. Or not? What was it? Emu. Was it Ken Dodd that had Emu as well with Alan getting pecked? There, you're back there, Agent Rio. Now past the profiling. You're just going through everyone there. He's on the sauce. Where are we tonight? In the Tuber chat. Where did we get to there? You know, there, brilliant question there. And Scooby, where do we... Oh, no, I've done that one there. Albeit in many forms, 100% there. Even thinking on the both the moon and Mars underground. Well, again, we do think there's going to be a hell of a lot of lava tubes on the Martian surface there that would make perfect hidey holes, but also the moon. Now, the moon, part of that, you know, we said that the moon isn't as dense. We do think that it's possibly some sort of honeycomb structure, that even if it's not like a man-made honeycomb, but maybe lots of lava tubes and things to explain its profile there, like, you know, when they crashed one of the boosters into it as well, like it rung like a bell, though geometric surveys. So that's how they survey the inside of the planet here, is that if there's an earthquake, those shock waves come through the planet and we detect them on the other side, and how fast they take to get to us tells you if there's something solid in the between or not. So that's how they survey it deep in the ground, if in the Earth surface. Did the same thing on the moon, and it's odd, it feels like it's, you know, it's possibly yeah, it's possibly honeycomb, so maybe, again, plenty of places for life there as well. But maybe the moon's not as geologically inactive as we have been led to believe. Oh, that's a nice shooting star we just saw there. We do want to build bases. The sooner we do, the sooner we'll get there. And we'll start to see more things. And last Cockney there, in London, we only see a few stars. When you see loads of them, they lose their magic. So I would normally agree with things like that. But I come from Essex. About a year ago, we moved out here to the country, middle of the country, Warminster. And the first thing I noticed on a clear night, it was just how many stars I could see, and I was blown away. It was amazing. And I tell you, I'm still just as interested and just as blown away by the stars. They've not lost their novelty. Maybe it's because we have a lot of cloudy nights here in the UK and it hasn't been enough to burn it out yet, but I don't know. I am never surprised. Like the excitement, because we had that long run, didn't we, of cloudy skies here over the winter. And I don't know when it was February. We got one clear night, so we got the camera out then after, you know, like a month or so of just clouds, and seeing the stars again, seeing their colour, the movement of the satellites and things, I was just so blown away. And Scooby, that we have known asteroids travelling between Earth and Mars constantly. We just need to catch a ride when they pass and can mine for more. That's actually very true there. We're always sharing these rocks there. And Cockney there, D2 has a good spot in there last Cockney, so I'm a bit behind. Again, it's things like that though, the meteorites there, the Starlink trains, even without the aliens, there is a show to see. Now again, this isn't its best quality, we're probably on a 7-8 out of 10, it's clear, but the moon is very bright, and that's why it still looks blue to us there. That's doing our night vision in a bit. So normally, like on a properly clear night, in a few days, maybe next week, when the moon's buggered off, and we get a clear night then, we're going to see all of the colour, of those stars there. The reds, the oranges, the purples, the brilliant whites there. It is absolutely stunning. Stunning. So, an Australian then. And you'd fit nicely in the band Madness with that. I've got a collection of hats. I'm not sure why now. We like to perform a bit there. And how many UFOs have you seen? Or, you know what, I don't know. There's definitely, we get a lot of things that are kind of in that middle ground of like, this looks really anomalous, but maybe there is a reasonable explanation. Somebody that's just really good with optics and how light works in various situations, or something like that. But genuine ones that we go, no, that was bloody interesting there. I think we're talking about 10, 15. There have been quite a few. I mean, we do it every night, but there are a lot of times that we are left with the, what is it? What is it there? So, ban is that there? That is a good question. British Space Empire does have a certain ring to it. It definitely does there. A nice sophisticated ring as well there. And, oh, I've seen that. It's like some Warhammer 40k. It really is. I think it's so badass there. It really is. I like it. And the more stars, the more magic. Exactly. And honestly, it's very consistent on the analytics as well. The more stars, the more views. It very much matches there. Right, back over to the TikTok. Where did we get to with your chat there? Agent X is doing his background checks. Okay, just now relaxing. I think you've been in the Starfleet bar. And False Widow there. Rod Holey, but that was it. I got it round the wrong way. I'm thinking of Rod Hull there. But like Emu is like Alan. And I don't know, should you mix Rosetta's homemade booze with licorice? That'd be interesting. And Agents World. Where are we? Let me scroll down there. Thomas, some people say interstellar wormholes are real. If that's true, how come there's no aliens coming? So it's an interesting question. So they're real in, as far as we know, in the sense, the same as warp drive, the ability to bend space and time. It's true mathematically, as far as we can tell. Like, it doesn't break any of the rules that we understand about the universe for it to happen. We haven't knowingly observed them yet, but we also haven't looked, you know, in the radio wave sense, you know, because if you opened a wormhole, that would be a lot of energy. Same with the warp drive, that would discharge a lot of energy, and that would be a certain radio profile, a certain signal strength. We don't have sensors that can detect that yet. We're not interested in looking, so those things might be happening all the damn time, but we just don't know. But where are all the aliens? This is the thing. People say, where are all the aliens? Quite a lot there. The Fermi paradox, you know, if there's alien life, where is all the evidence for it? There's a lot of evidence, you know. We haven't, as a culture, pushed it over to that 51%, you know, the zeitgeist, the general consensus. But that's more of how our culture works rather than a reflection of the evidence. Because it's been said before, if this was a murder trial, it'd be a slam dunk. There is so much contextual evidence there. There are so many of those scientific measurements that do point this way. Now, no one case is enough to say 100% in itself, but there are a lot of things going on here. Like, you know, if 3 people say, look, so he's up to no good, yes, 3 people are saying it there. But if 1 million people say, look, he's up to no good, maybe we should look, maybe we should put the resources in, you know, because the governments don't spend any money on SETI there. It's all done privately or by volunteers. So, you know, when they go, well, we haven't found anything yet, no, science hasn't looked, but it's a big one there, Thomas there. And Piggy up there, full moon tonight, and that's why it's a little bit blue, a little bit bright for us here tonight there, but it's just behind the trees, so it poisons the sky, but we don't get the benefit of doing a moon watch.
Zoom mode activated.
Let's have a look there on this one. Let's go and get that one in shot there. Again, it's not doing particularly anything interesting in of itself there, but keep your eyes on it as long as you can. Traditional triangular star. I think that one's a Vega, actually. Vega is our stream companion, so when that gets to a certain point in the sky, that star will be our companion on the stream. Big, bright, and beautifully purple. And Agent X there, thank you for all the gifts. That's very kind. It all goes back into the stream there. Members, subs, super chats, patrons, all that as well goes in there, helping us improve what we do. Speaking of the Patreon there, we're going to be doing it. We're rolling out members as well tomorrow. It'll be our first time, so hopefully that'll work. But we're going to be looking at the Condign report there. So it's the UK government report into the phenomenon they did in the late 90s, early 2000s sort of time. It's really interesting. It's not at all skeptical. It's actually looks like they've given it a fair shout. We've done a little bit into it, but we're now getting to the meat, the really good stuff. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow night, 8 PM UK time. And then because we're doing it earlier now, we'll still have time if the skies are clear enough to do our normal Skywatch or SETI stream there. So do join us. That link in bio gives it to you for free for a month. So yeah, you better try it out there, or just get a few free ones in and see if you like that. We'll really get into the meat of those. And where a false widow, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And it's the flower moon, it is, yes. And Thomas, although our houses at when we sleep, what was that for? So no, there is no aliens coming through our houses when we sleep. Oh, I don't know. And I haven't looked at the moon with the new eyes. Oh, Kate, you're gonna have it's big. Heads up. And I would love to live in a village because it will be quiet. It's lovely and it's quiet, Adam, but there's nothing going on. Nothing going on here, there. And Richard, had any action? You know what? We've had some interesting colours, but we haven't had, I think, some really good stuff. It hasn't quite performed well, which just means that we are probably going to get some more action a little bit later on in the night there. And Ben there, in D3, there are 4 stars in a row there. Not sure if the middle one is flashing. Some movement there. D3. Oh, I see. I see. These ones. Is it these ones? Yeah. I'll keep an eye on it. I can't see anything at the second, but good spotting there, Ben. And Rodhole and Emu were from Yorkshire. You know what? I'm not surprised. And think it's more of a twinkle. Possibly. There is a faint star in the lineup there. This light might be struggling to reach us here. And to that, I think wormholes are a natural phenomena there. Something that can be manipulated with tech. Quite possibly. I mean, nothing so far says that it's not possible. It just requires a lot of energy. Same as the warp drive stuff. We know how to do it. We just don't have the energy to try it, so it's still theoretical. But it does look like the phenomena itself may be using that. It might be how the craft are working and how they're traveling these vast distances to us here. There. Oh, Kate spotted Vega. That was it, the stickers there. D3 a couple of seconds ago. Light good spotting that as well. I'm going to keep my eye on it. I'm a bit behind in the chat, and I can order the reverse poster, by the way. Okay, we're looking forward to that. Thank you. So it'll be around the right way. I'm going to have 2. Maybe Alan can sign the other one. We'll raffle it. And what gifts I can neither confirm or deny. All right, on the down low. Thank you, Ajax. And a light there down the line between C and D. Oh, okay, that wasn't the same place there. Right. I'm going to have a look at that. Might do some zooming in onto some of these pretty stars in a second. Light, thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Good spot in there. Agent X again, coming in with the gifts. And Ben as well, thank you for those. So it all goes back into the stream as well there. Yeah, I just went outside and I can see all of the craters and everything there. It's like Christmas. It is so cool, isn't it, when you see the moon like that and you start to see the detail. I know that when we got our lens right. Oh, no, that's decided to not work now. Is my thing broken? Yeah, all of my little buttons are broken. That's a shame. But we see all the craters. It is absolutely stunning there. And Ben again there. And Agent X, thank you for the gifts. What is this action? And, oh, B4, only up the road in Basingstoke. Not too far at all there. Right. Let's zoom in on a couple of these stars. Then I'm going to go back over to the tube. I'm going to check out your chat here. So let's zoom in on Vega.
Zoom mode activated.
So there you go. Always the refracting of the light on the lens there gives this triangular shape to it. But look at the you can just about see the purple hue. Honestly, when it's a dark sky, it is so purple. It is insane. There. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in on. There was 2 very close together that I thought were interesting. What's this one here? Okay, I have no idea what that one is, but it's still quite big. Any more interesting ones? Little movement there. Look at this line up here. I mean, there are still thousands of stars in all of the darker bits. It's just the light from those stars can't reach us, or can't overpower the light from the moon reflecting back. Yes, a nice little line there. That will have a name. I'm sure somebody in ancient times has announced that one to us there. You're gifting that to you. Drink more Dr. Pepper now. Well, that's fine. You've done plenty there. 90% of questions last summer were about massive purple stuff. They were. Like, it was so big and bright and purple on the screen. Everybody would come in and go, what's the purple one? What's the purple one? And rightly so, because it was brilliant there. Where did I get to? On the tubes there. Oh, no, or am I? And last Scotland, there's so much movement up there. That shooting star was fantastic. I know there is so much, and this is quieting down now. Like the earlier in the night, that Earth shadow hasn't fully gone round, so we are able to see more objects there, more light to bounce off those objects for us to see. So it's not that the objects have gone somewhere else, it's just the sun has gone around. They're all still there, we just can't see them. They're not reflecting that light back to us now, but the skies are still very much alive. Shall we spin the camera? Let's see what we can get. Where are we pointing? Hold on to your hats if this works. So if you are... Come on, camera. Oh. If you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight, and we're coming to you live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So, ancient and mysterious landscape here. Long history of the weird and wonderful, the phenomena in these skies. Make sure you're giving us a follow or subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you are, because we do it every night. We want you to join us on the journey of discovery there. So yeah, clear nights we're doing the UFO Skywatch, and on cloudy nights we do an alien radio signal hunt with a big dish there, kind of like the film Contact, listening out, hoping to hear ET say hello. But always hanging out here for the phenomena. And also, if you're new, do say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you there, and if you've had a phenomena. There we go, look, some more movement over this part of the sky. I was wondering if we'd see less, but no, we're actually seeing just as much movement on the screen there. So very, very interesting. Light there, thank you for the gift, appreciate that. All goes back into the screen, into the stream there. Unless Alan gets his hands on it there. Please ask V back, the gifting is tiring. She's off on an adventure in her Audi. We don't want to interrupt that. And I shall now pass the gifting duties over to Alan. No chance. Alan's tight there. Queens need their... Exactly. Oh, seat 1 and seat 2 there. So I'm actually caught up with the chat now. So, where are we? Come on, cursor. All right. Oh, no, wrong one there. C1 and C2. A bit late, but you did there. There was one there. So yeah, remember this is not the best. We said we still got the moon is bright tonight, so that is where that blue's coming from. It's poisoning our night vision when the moon isn't there. Like it is, the sky is black. There are so many more stars than you can see now, all different colours, all sorts of movement and strange stuff. So I wonder, probably be after the weekend that we'll, maybe not that long. I mean, yeah, maybe the weekend time. I'm sure we'll. The moon will start to bugger off at the right times, therefore, and then we should be able to see more and more strange things without that light getting in our way. Touch wood tonight, guys. The camera's worked. I thought something flashing. No, it's twinkling. The camera's worked. The stream hasn't lagged out, as far as I know. Software's doing. I think we're, other than my little buttons going, I think we've done all right there. So yeah, lots of awesome things in the sky tonight. Faint movement there, but it's not anomalous yet. Got to keep our eyes on it there. We need to see it do something strange before we can call it anomalous. Oh, excuse me. Surprisingly, Kate, this is probably the one smooth one of the year. I was thinking yesterday, like, I'm worried that camera just ain't going to work at all. It was getting worse and worse and worse. But I think we may have bodged it now. So we might be alright for a bit, thank God. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, it's a bit quiet as part of the sky, but we're further around, so we're more in the Earth shadow. So we'd expect some less activity. Right, should we spin it round back then, and let's have a look to see if we go the other direction from where we were. So just past Vega there. Hold on to your hats there. Oh, when does your radio interview go out? So it was a live one. I don't think they do a replay. Is that Vega? That's Vega. Oh, we're gonna have the tree. Let's keep going with that. Yeah, so I think it was just a live. You could listen to it online, but I don't think they do a replay. I'll have to check, actually. But, yeah, hopefully we'll get a few more local people. Look, there you go. Let's see how bright that's getting now with the moonlight. So we're getting close to the moon. It's behind these trees. Let's go back to Vega, actually. I think we had it best. Far enough away if we got the best deal with the light, but also some nice big stars and movement in shot. The tracker is trying to track the stars moving. It hasn't realised we're tracking. There we go. That was the best I think we had. Vega in shot there, just up in A2. So yeah, be sure to post it and pin it to the base. If I can find it, yeah, I'll definitely post it there. They were quizzing me, because asking this about what time I get up, and I'm like, who have you been talking to? So what time do you get up for work? How do you manage to do that? Yeah. But it might not. It's only a local station there. It's not like the BBC one that we did as well there. But hey, any attention to the thing there. Oh, Light there. I'll going to have to leave there, but I'll definitely be back another time. So grateful to have and grateful to have you in and your awesome participation there, Light. Thank you so much for joining us. We're, as I said, on pretty much every night. What is the weather looking like? Because I know it's about holiday, so it's going to be probably crap weather. Oh, Friday is okay. Tomorrow mainly clear. So we might get another Skywatch in tomorrow. That'll be around the 9:45, 10 p.m. UK time. What is Saturday? Raining. Very, very rainy. Sunday, still looking like it's mostly rain. Light rain showers, maybe. Oh God, it looks like actually, yeah, tomorrow and then empty clear spells, light drivel. Yeah, tomorrow might be our next chance for a while of the Skywatchers. It'll be alien radio signal hunts. We might throw in a gaming stream for good measure there. You can see me pretending to be a pirate there. So Sea of Thieves. So maybe it's there, Ben. Since it's raining, we do have another stream. I can't tell you what it is at the second, but it might happen this weekend. There, and Chromie there as well. Thank you for the shares there. I do appreciate that. Oi, oi, how are you doing? Good to see you in. A night light there as well. Thanks for joining us there. And why are some UFOs using flight paths and not showing up on a radar? So that is a very, very, very good question. Sometimes they do show up on radar, and there are some interesting accounts of this, but not a lot of the time. So you're very right to point it out. Now, the interesting part about this that I think is, I think this adds to it, because if they are using the warp drive technology that we have theorized is possible, there, the Alcubierre warp drive technology, what that's doing is it's using gravity essentially to create its own bubble in space. So it's its own little pocket of space, and therefore space itself is moving rather than you. So although we can kind of see the thing as it moves, technically it's not here as well. Like, it doesn't feel the temperature of the area that it's in. It's not going to get wet, you know, all that sort of stuff. It's in its own little bubble essentially. So light, because of that strong gravity on that bubble, will bend around the craft there. The same is true for radio waves. So when you're looking at a UFO that may be using that object, it's going to stretch and distort the shape of the light. And we see this actually. Some mathematicians plotted how strong that gravitational lensing is called was, and they basically said, look, this is your classic saucer. We'd expect the front bit to look really fat where it's stretched out there, and then we look the back end to look really thin where it's compressed, being bent around. And they mapped it over some classic UFO images, and that was seen quite a lot of the time there. But so the same thing with the light bends, the radio waves bend around it as well, because it's like it's really hard to describe, but it's very interesting how that might work. So yeah, very hard to detect by its nature there. Why do I do that, Kate? I think you know what it is, Kate. It's not in of itself. It's nothing like a fancy new sort of stream, but we're going to be launching something, but I need to get something else set up, and I'm hoping to do that over Saturday there. It's the new secret. Not really, and I can't claim a lot of credit for this. AAP has to claim most of the credit for that. But you'll see. I don't want to give it away just yet. But it's something very cool that AAP's put together for the stream. And spoiling us. No, it's not me. It's not me. It won't bug me. You know what it is there, Kate. Yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It's in of itself. Yeah, you'll like it, I think. There. And Ben and Light and Oil there, thank you for the gift. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream. Where are we? Swansea there. Modern technology is working there. Behaving itself. Good grief. What is going on? I know. I should play the lottery tonight, someone say. Like after last night's debacle, me and the camera and all the equipment had some serious words today. And I mostly won the battles there. Mostly. There's still a few bits that I was hoping to get working that didn't, but I'll take this. If the camera's staying on and it's not doing its weird washed out colour thing, that's enough for us for now. And last company there, Vega is very, very bright. It is, and it's only going to get brighter there. Like, it's going to get more purple when the proper colour balance, because that, like, Vegas sticks out like a sore farm. It is big and it's bright and it is purple. And it is our stream mascot for the summer. Spoilers there. Yeah, it's going to be UFO SKYWATCH. If only. No, it's going to be. We're going to launch a thing with a special stream. It's not like a new stream. It might be like one of our backup rainy day stream ideas, but yeah, it's not like a. We're going ghost hunting, but it's another really cool thing. So you'll like it. You'll like it. It's Alan related, I can give you that much, but I can't take credit. It's an A up one for that. So yeah. Vega is returning. Nature is healing, Kate. It's big, it's bright, and it's purple. Alan gaming stream. Yeah, actually, it'd do better than I would in most of those damn games. Still got no... Did we with the alien phasmophobia one? We couldn't get past level 1. Oh, thank you. There's someone see there. Wait, you guys are fantastic, and again, it's you in the community that do like most of the work, hanging out with me every night, babysitting me. But your awesome questions, your knowledge as well. There, nature putting on a good show. So I can't take all the credit, but it's very, very kind there, someone. And we've got the other alien one to try that. Oh yes, yeah, the probing. What was it called? Research or something, roadside research. That was it that we want to play. So we like to play when we do mix up the streams. We've done enough of the signal hunts. We get a bit bored on those rainy long spells. Throw in an alien themed game. It's normally alien themed. So the alien investigation abduction one was cool, but there's one where it's called Roadside Research, and you play as aliens. It's like an American gas station simulator where you kind of have to build your gas station. Customers come in, you serve them, and then you buy more shelves and more products and upgrade your gas station. But you're aliens, and at the same time, you're trying to not get caught out by the authorities so they realise you're aliens, but also be researching the humans that come in to the gas station and stuff like that. So it's a really weird combination, but there's probing in it, so I thought that's going to be great for us there. What community? Agent X, as he's standing right into the community. How long have you been with us? And Thomas there, they probably think the pilots are either drunk or tired from flying and think they see bright lights there. I mean, yeah, a lot of people do think that, and that's why a lot of pilots don't actually talk about their experiences, because that's literally what people thought. They'd go, right, now you need to go on a psych evaluation, you've gone crazy, or maybe you've been having a few drinks or something like that. But now it's easier for the pilots and professionals generally across the board to kind of go, look, I have seen something strange. They are saying it. A lot of people are seeing it now. There is a smoke, and then there is possibly fire. Told me to Google it, and I immediately forgot what it was called. Roadside Research, I think. There I go. Yeah, that's the one. Day one, I'm just a newbie. You can't claim that one. It's not your first day, Agent X there. I think it is a PC one. Roadside Research, that's it. Oh, we got some movement. It's still looking pretty standard, though. Maybe it's to do with the brightness.
Activated.
Let's zoom in there. Tracker's got it. For how long? That's another job I need to do at the bloody weekend. Is have a sit down with this tracker and see if I can get it better, because it's learning, but it seems to have kind of hit a plateau. The difficulty is I need a clear night to do it, but then we're streaming and I can't do the coding. But I really do need to stop it from losing them like that. That's weird. I wonder why it's doing that. Shannon, how are you doing? Good to see you. And Scooby there, Google has a very long answer to why satellites reflect colours, different colours there. Anti-reflective coatings cause a distinctive blue tint. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting, because we do see, and it's quite common, those blue ones we zoom in on, the minty fresh ones. So it makes you think, if it's that common, it's got to be something part of the main satellite, routine. But it's a bit ironic, isn't it, that the anti-reflective coating makes them incredibly bright and reflective. Or that is not working there. Yeah. Be very, very interesting to see those very distinct colours from it there. I wonder, because you can reflect colour over these distances like that. How solid is the surface going to be? Makes sense to the blue though, because that's like a tinge on the white, isn't it? They're all flash in B3. Cursor, come on, let's zoom in on this one. B3. See if we can see that one again. I missed it. Let's see if it's coming around then. It's a spinner heading to A. Oh, I missed that one. I don't know. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to zoom back out, actually, so it hasn't flashed in that time. Are we in B3? Yeah, we are in B3. So everything up there should be moving, should be in motion. And if we see anything that is hanging around in the same spot long enough to flash back to us over the course of minutes, seconds, or even longer sometimes, as we have seen before, that is quite anomalous. The only things that are stationary up there are Lagrange points, which are far too far out, or the geostationary satellites, which are much more equatorial. Actually, we have moved the telescope, not the telescope, the camera. Let's make ourselves... Yeah, no, this isn't pointing in that direction, so we shouldn't be seeing anything that is there stationary long enough to flash back. See if we see it there. And Herman there, good evening. How are you doing? And thank you, that's very kind. There. Oh, Carl, how are you doing? How was it today? It is a spinner heading into over there. And we've still got some movement on the screen. Where are we? Back up the chat. I think I missed a few. Oh god, I did miss a few there. There's Shannon. And Taurus, that's not me. That's not to me, not flying. Again, in case the UFO takes the plane over. There was a Brazilian story where apparently they did put the pilot, didn't they? An amateur pilot into a trance, and then that pilot was communicating with air traffic control. But as the aliens, very, very weird there. And oh, Shannon, there. I thought I saw a UFO today. Went and got my boyfriend and everything. Oh, turns out it was a pink balloon there. Didn't have my glasses. Hey, but Shannon, you've got to look or you're not going to see it. Honestly, I get caught out by things like that all of the time. But luckily, we've got a community that will tap us on the shoulder and let us know. But if we don't look, we ain't going to find it. There. And how do they keep tiny bits of junk from colliding with satellites? Can they track the micro junk? This is an issue. I can't remember what scale it is, but it was surprisingly small that they can track the size of it. But yeah, this is it. There are a lot of adjustments that have to be made, and there are collisions that do happen with it, and it's more and more of a problem. It's a friend who's a singer in Bradford. Oh, excellent. How was it? Were they at a gig or were you just hanging out there with them? And Robert, there's a massive NASA UFO base under Salisbury Plain there. Very interesting. A NASA UFO base under Salisbury Plain. Very interesting. What are the indicators for that one? Where does that? Because I've not heard that one before. Makes sense why it's all fenced off. It's a gig at a hotel. You're like, hey up, Carl, you're throwing shapes. Putting me to shame, I couldn't do it now. And just imagine a no-shape UFO. That would be even worse, though. Like, what's that UFO? It's just my nose. I can see it there. And Herman, yes, it is dear Herman here there, wishing you all well. And I am well. I'm glad you are. They just stumbled by a random stream, you see. And you're very, very welcome. Welcome to our little cool part of the internet. We're doing a live UFO, a UAP Skywatch tonight. And we're currently live from Wiltshire here in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So, a long history of the weird and wonderful in these skies. In fact, this little village, this little town that I'm in right now, hence our stream name, had a thing here happen in the 1670s, a UFO flap that had landings, abductions, missing time, strange lights in the sky, people having phone calls from ET. It had absolutely everything, basically, over a 10-year period, quite consistently. Like, people would travel internationally every weekend to go up the Iron Age hill forts that's around the town, and then see strange things. In fact, some of those people would travel, internationally. In one case in particular, although this happened twice, but one case was an American DJ, a New York DJ, that was very very prominent of his time, had a holiday, heard about the phenomena, came over here to experience it, did experience it, quit his career, moved over here to be with it the whole time. Funnily enough, another DJ did exactly that, which is something about DJs. And I suppose I'm technically not a DJ, but I do work in broadcast, so... you know, maybe there's a connection about that. But yeah, lots of people had those experiences over a long period of time, and it's called The Thing. So that's where we get our channel name from. But are these guys still active? Are they still alive? Behave admirably is here now. He had to give me a clout. And that doesn't look like a nose. And Robert there, remember the old Miles Johnson videos? Oh no, I might do. What were they? What was the specifics? Because I'm terrible with names and the details, but I remember the general sort of what the videos were over there. And Agent X, where else everyone comes from there. And Rachel, how are you doing there? I can't talk there, just back in there. Made some waffles, very nice there, and trying to chill. I hope you've had a good day there, Rachel. We're not going to be on for much longer, actually. I'm going to be winding things up very soon, for it is midnight, and I have to get on a train again tomorrow morning. But I hope you're well there. And right, they graze are robots there made in the Midlands Underground. Well, we did, didn't we, on one of our Patreon deep dives, the whistleblower, or the claimed whistleblower that claimed to be a molecular biologist who worked with the biologics there, the anatomy of these greys. And they basically said, I mean, it's very interesting and very, very plausible what they were saying. It's one of my favourite ones. I do think it could well be true. But they're saying genetically, they are biological robots there. So it would make sense there. Chatting to some greys last night. Is that in the old astral travel there, X? Telescope was a shambles there, but managed to get it sorted. Honestly, Rachel, half the time is technical problem solving. Literally yesterday, all the problems we had, everything went wrong. And today, I had a bit of a fight with the camera as well. So maybe it's good luck day today. We fixed it for now, touch wood. Let's have a look across back over to the tubes there. And Cockney are there. The Y-Files have done an excellent video on crop circles. I do like the Y-Files there. I actually do. I think they're very, very cool. The Y-File, one of my interesting ones. You got to check out, guys. It's a bit more technical, but Jesse Michael's American Alchemy. That is so much new information there, so detailed. They bring in, literally, it was the technical director of one of the American intelligence services was in the other day going, yeah, we know about all this. It's like, how much more evidence do we need? It's absolutely brilliant. Definitely worth checking out there. And I see there. Dear Herman, coming here from the east coast of Norfolk. Love it. You're not far from my old man. I've got to go up that way soon. Lots, again, another mystical landscape there. Lots of weird things. Suffolk and Norfolk way. Do you remember the DJ name of Art Bell? I do. Everyone, Art Bell is such a legend in the field. Nothing quite compares to having that cozy atmosphere. There's something about the Art Bell show. Lots of good, people out there, but yeah, just not the same there. And Shirley, how are you doing? C1D3, good spotting. Look, we'll zoom in on this one tonight. Again, we need to see it do something strange there. We need to see it stop dead, shoot off at speed, change course, change trajectory, something like that will tell us for sure that it is something more than just one of the many man-made satellites up there. Good spotting, Shirley there, eagle-eyed. Banana, how are you doing, OG Banana? Thank you for the gift there. Carl as well, and X as well. I do appreciate all those guys that go straight back into the stream. Patreons as well, members, super chats, all that stuff as well goes there. Speaking of the Patreon, remember, guys, tomorrow 8 PM. So tomorrow is Patreon Deep Dive Day. It's not going to be 11 PM. It's now 8 PM UK time. So that way we can catch the sky afterwards, hopefully, if it's clear. But we're going to be reading the rest of the Condign report there, the UK government into the phenomena, and it's going to be very, very cool. Very interesting document on that one, so definitely check that one out. And if you do want to try it without having to commit, you've got the link in bio, just gives you a free month there, so you're welcome to try that, even if you just swing by for the free ones there. You also get access to the recordings of the past ones, but yeah, you better check out 2 deep dives for that, so link in the bio for that one there. I travelled and was surreal. Oh, why was it surreal there? And Rachel, it's been hell with my second scope there. Never had any problems with your first. Oh, what is it just like a quality thing with it? Is it or is it like just trickier to use? And Shannon there. So what's his face there? Piers Morgan there talking about UFO. Oh, was he? I mean, honestly, it's getting very mainstream now. Not everybody's realised, not everybody's heard the same things, but it's very public there. How are you doing, Banana? Good to see you there, sir. Massive base built with a submarine dock in Plymouth. There is a lot of activity for one place, but maybe this is the thing, lots of activity in the oceans with the UFO, or the USOs technically for the ocean there, which I wasn't aware of really. It was a bright one though, especially with the contrast of the night. And UFO sightings in Plymouth for years, yes, very true there. And doing okay, and excellent. I like to hear that. And Simon's there. That one was Vulcan. Just got nothing flashed there. That was very logical. Nothing flashed. That is the shame of it, isn't it? Sometimes we need to see them do something strange. There's normally plenty of strange things. It has been quite. I think it's going to be the moonlight, just making it a little bit hard to see. Not realizing we're still seeing the activity, but we're not seeing the right kind. So hopefully now that the moon's going to sod off, we're going to have that chance to see more and more. Where are we? Okay, held past watching the witching hour there, and I'm nodding off now. I'll catch you later, Kate. Yeah, I've got to wind up now anyway and come off. But thank you so much, Kate. They will catch you tomorrow there. And he was a whistleblower thingy in person. Oh, I'm not. Be fans of the people or not, the fact that people are talking about it more and more, that is what is important there. And right by the Tamar Bridge there is a huge underground base built into the cliff. Very, very interesting. And the gang stalkers are after me. Who are they? Who are they? Anyway, guys, I've got to come off now because it's rather time. I've got to be on a train very, very early. But thank you so much again, everybody, for your support in every which way, whether it is just waiting, like watching quietly and enjoying the night sky, chatting, asking questions, providing information, and all of that sort of stuff. We do appreciate all of that. There, or tapping away, or gifting, whatever it may be. Very, very grateful and do appreciate you helping us build our little community here. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you all again tomorrow night. So remember, Patreons and all that, guys, it's going to be 8 PM for that one tomorrow, then rolling over into the live if it's a clear sky, which it's saying it could be now, so that could be good. But yeah, we'll catch you all tomorrow night there. Thanks, guys, for all that one, and yeah, catch you all.